there's a bigger disconnect with how we were raised and how this next generation is
It's going
being
to be
raised.
raised.
Like they're being raised in a way that you can see all the options that you want. When we were younger, it was this is what you believe. This is where we're going to church.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh my God, I learned about this. I learned about this. I don't even like. Oh my God,
What am I?
what am I? I like what Kanye's saying. I don't like what like you don't. You know, everybody has an opinion now.
So I saw when you were performing, what's the title of the song? Your Nifkis. And everybody just went crazy in the crowd.
Yeah, it was a vibe.
Was that your first time performing in London?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the Terms and Conditions podcast. Melody.
Wow.
You don't want to do this
Colin,
intro.
This is your intro. Excel, God, we are suffering.
You will suffer in Jesus' name. It's not me and you.
Okay, so
I'll do your intro now.
But I can't do the intro. I don't know how
Hey
to
guys,
do the intro.
welcome to Terms and Condition podcast. My name is Ayomide Tayo. I was they transferred me during the January transfer markets to come and
No, it's summer.
replace Excel, who has a Scottish disease or infection.
He said, the guy said get bacteria. I said,
He
nah,
has-
E.
he has
coli
the
and
bacteria.
malaria.
So we have Motolani here, the Afrobeats prefect
That's
in the
it.
building. We have Melody, the dancing OAP, who dances with everybody on Instagram, and we have the man himself, what's him in the building.
My brother.
Yay,
What's
pod
up?
dad.
I'm good, but that was a good intro.
Thank
bro.
you very much.
Yeah,
You know, I've been doing this for a minute.
Flex.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. It's fine.
So what brings you to Nigeria when the naira is falling?
Now, man, so we have a new record. We have a
Oh.
new record. I'll Make You Say that's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be out here like earlier, but the pandemic shut everything down for 2 years.
Oh,
But it was a perfect time, and it feels good to be home, man. Yeah,
cool,
it feels
cool.
real good.
But wait, I read somewhere that you spent more time in Imo than in Yoruba land when you were younger. Is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah.
Anytime you came to Nigeria.
Yeah, I was in the village. I was with Okbofe village with my mom. My mom's Igbo, and
I
my
know.
dad's Yoruba.
Oh.
And so I usually would spend out of 3 weeks, it'd be 2 weeks in the village, 1 week in Lagos.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like that means you. Which language can you speak though?
What me? I don't speak personally. No.
You don't speak anyone
No,
of
they
them?
kept it from me because there's too much problems in the house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Igbo Yoruba things.
Well, that-
You
It's
didn't
real.
learn anyone.
I didn't. They said no. Just focus on your own because don't worry about our problems.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
What? Wait, were those real fights though, or just like comical
Oh
fights?
yeah, well, like my mom's side didn't like the fact that my mom was with Yoruba,
Yeah.
and my dad's side didn't really like the same. So it was just really us. Yeah,
Well, you know what? That's crazy though.
but why is that like that? Though?
A lot of it stems from AOT will provide more
I don't
context to
know.
this.
I don't know.
A lot of it stems from like the first post-independence, the first coup in Nigeria. So it's very historical in terms of like the distrust, tribal distrust in Nigeria. Because at the time a bunch of young people banded up to usurp the people in power, right? So they're young of all the tribes outside Igbo Yoruba. But one of them, for somehow, the premier of Nigeria at the time, Nnamdi Azikiwe, was conveniently absent from the country at the time. So a lot of people felt like they got betrayed by their Igbo brothers. So some of those things, the seeds of distrust, were
That's what
planted at the
started.
time because you guys made us kill our kinsmen. You people didn't kill your main kinsman. So how do you want us to recover from that? But the problem with Nigeria is a lot of it then carried on to like First Act 77, the Nigerian Civil War, and a lot of these things we never recovered from it because of a general lack of responsibility. It's irresponsibility
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
It is.
Also, I think back to that is the fact that in Nigeria, when you get married to the family. You don't
Yeah.
get married to
Yeah.
the individual.
Yeah.
And the family comes with culture. And
Yeah.
like he said, mistrust. Nobody wants to go and
Trust.
learn something new. They want to keep it. Everybody wants to be safe. So it's better. Yoruba marries Yoruba, Igbo marries Igbo, Hausa marries Hausa, Fulani marries Fulani. But when you start mixing, you know, I know that's the ideal thing for us. We say in Nigeria we are united.
Yeah.
You know, the NYC was created to foster,
Yeah.
you know, but at the end of the day, Nigeria is more fragmented than what we think it is. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised you say you come from
But
that.
that's
that
how
background.
it was-
And
it
funny
was
thing is
crazy.
that even in 2022, people still have such conversations. Like it's still a happening thing where they say, "Oh, if you're from this place, you can associate with this person."
Yeah.
And even when we have like broader conversations, people still say, "Oh no, I'm from this place. I'm from this place." So it's like, where do you really stand? So you have to like tread carefully.
And it's also a bunch of problems because even inside those tribes, like like it's not just Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. There are also like other tribes,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Ibibio, all these
Yeah,
other
yeah.
places. Even in those places where we have subdivisions, there's still a battle for superiority. Oh, this person is better than you.
This person,
Or
yeah.
they will tell you,
That's
the
what it
person will
was.
tell you that don't marry Ijebu. You know,
It's even
all
so-
those
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's a human condition though, generally?
Yeah, we'll find a way to separate and segregate each other somehow, some way. I think just competition, just always. I think with us as blacks, we always just feel a certain type of, I don't know, a pit against each other, and I don't know what it stems from. I don't know why it's that way, but it always feels like there's something there that I have to have what they have, and let's do what they did and take it from them and steal it from. Like, it just seems as though it's always us trying to fight each other when we don't need to be.
So that means, did you see like families at the start, like families from dad side, mom side, like have proper clashes? Because I saw that in my family.
Yeah. It was I mean, even before, like, even my mom, when she told them that she was pregnant with me, they were like, "You got to move. You're out. Move."
Where was she at the time?
She was in New Jersey, so she had just came to the States.
Okay.
Oh.
So she had just literally came to the States and brought her family with her. So they all lived together.
Yeah.
And when she got pregnant, they were like, either we're kicking you out or get rid of the baby.
What?
Yeah. It was like that, bro.
And she chose to.
Oh, of course, I'm here.
Keep you?
yeah, then abort me.
Obviously.
And so what did she do?
Well, you're an only child, right?
Yeah. They didn't want to go through that stress again.
Oh.
Yeah, so only child. So yeah. So knowing, like, I have a lot of cousins, but I don't know a lot of them. A lot of them are in England. I'm cool with like 2 or 3 of them, like in London, but the ones here I really just don't even know.
Like here
really,
in Nigeria.
like
now.
here in Nigeria, I don't really know. Don't have a real relationship.
That's weird. So you've never had anyone like message you or try to reach out to you like, "Hi, wrote to me," because Nigerians we know how to do that.
I'm
thing.
your
Oh, yeah.
cousin.
You're like, "Hi, I'm your cousin from your maternal side."
Yeah. But I don't believe it though.
Exactly. So maybe you miss the sibling.
I
and the cousin now.
don't. Yeah, you're right. Maybe.
You see? Because I know Nigerians do that. Like, that's my cousin. Let me reach out to that person.
Yeah.
But what if the person tells you something that nobody else knows?
See,
that
that
you're
hasn't
able to
happened.
recollect?
That hasn't happened.
But are you
Yeah.
looking to reconnect with these people?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Now that I'm an adult, now that I'm here. Yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
verify. and
Yeah,
you
can verify. We can actually do it. So yeah.
Anyway, what was your first love anyway? In terms of, was it, I heard something that was music.
Music.
Yeah. So music has always been my love. You know, like, acting came from being a broke college kid. I graduated from college and I was a struggling artist. Well, we were popping at the time, but struggling artist, bro. And so when I was about 4 or 5, my mom had me as a Nigerian wedding singer. So I was singing at all the weddings in Philadelphia, Connecticut, all the East Coast. So she was my first manager, oddly enough.
Your mom.
My mom. So she'll take me to the hood and I record and she honed that skill. And then it was always been music. Always.
Wait, what type of songs are you performing at this wedding?
I was singing gospel hymns. I don't know which ones. It was like Psalms. It was Kenny Lattimore, For You by Kenny Lattimore. It was good, man, because I learned how to be a performer, at a very, very early age, and so
Because of the church now?
because of the church, because of the weddings that I did, and just seeing how interactive I can be with people, and it was a good learning ground.
Are you still religious?
Yeah, very spiritual, yeah.
Spiritual, not
Yeah.
religious.
I'm religious. I mean, yeah, I believe 100%. I'm just more spiritual.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but a lot of people tend to conflate those things these days, don't you think?
Mhm,
Like people just like I feel like atheism is fashionable these days. Maybe not fashionable. But that's my
Is it
opinion.
atheism?
Anyway. Atheism.
Oh
Or
wow, no,
people
no.
being agnostic. You don't think so?
I think it's more common. Yeah, I think it's more common. I think more people are feeling comfortable enough to talk about it. But I don't. What is it?
No, go on.
Just go on.
No.
Yeah, that's
I
a
feel-
perspective.
Yeah. I think it's always been there. I think it's just now with the platform, with social media,
Yeah.
you're able to hear more about it.
You can now track the
Yeah,
conversation.
you can track the conversation.
Yes, and see where people are saying
Yeah.
it. But I
Yeah.
also think that it's cooler than it was back in the day.
I think so too. Yeah.
Maybe not more popular, but I think it's cooler for people to identify as that, especially
Yeah.
on social media, because
Yeah.
when people, I feel that when people say they're
Mm-hmm.
maybe an atheist,
Mm-hmm.
say that on social media, people automatically think that this person belongs to a certain social class.
Right.
or this person is more exposed for you to be able to be
have
that person
conversations.
around that. So people always, there's this unnecessary, for lack of better word, fake deep that comes with being that. And people be
Yeah.
like, so when you say you're that, it feels like you are more fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're more intellectual.
You're more intellectual.
Yeah.
You're more exposed. So people, especially on social media, want to align with that more just to be cool.
Yeah, I think social media is the one that's
I
done it
think
more
so.
than it. And there's a bigger disconnect with how we were raised and how this next generation is
It's
being
going to be raised.
Like they're being raised in a way that you can see all the options that you want. When we were younger, it was, this is what you believe. This is
Yeah.
where we're going to church.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh my God, I learned about this. I learned about this. I don't even like, oh my God.
What am I?
What am I? I like what Kanye's saying. I don't like what, like you don't, everybody has an opinion now. Yeah.
And like your father now, right?
Yes, man. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much,
Congratulations about that, bro.
Now that we're talking about, the Peter Obi conversation and, voting and what's going to happen when it comes to election season, don't forget it's a good time to remind you to ensure that you go out to cast your votes. Have that conversations with your friends and family members. Please, it's not enough to have this conversation on Twitter. We need to go out. We need to vote. We need to get our voters card. We need to vote our conscience. Vote the person that you think is right. Vote the person that you think can make a change. Please, please, we need to vote.
About to be for a second time as well.
Yes, sir. I'm done after this.
Going for
But don't after this.
That's
I'm done after this.
How do you know?
that's you. That's you.
She's done too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hell no.
But is it wiggle room somewhere?
No.
But wait. Why are you certain that you're done?
Bro, because that's what the man wants.
What if something happens?
No.
You know.
We're gonna make sure things are not gonna
The best of American healthcare.
I promise.
It's not general hospital.
I promise.
And Nigerian doctors.
I promise.
Shout out to Dr. Penking.
Okay, so let me go back to your fatherhood question.
I was talking about the fact that
Yeah.
are you scared of raising kids in this
I
time
was
of
That's
say
world?
that.
that's one of the main reasons why 2 is enough, bro. Like I feel like you need to give these kids like all the attention that you can possibly. I think anything more than 2, you're spreading yourself a little too thin. So I want to make sure that plus a boy and a girl is a perfect, and they're right in the same age. So like basically twins. So they have each other to grow up with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
2 is good. I think just the focus on it and just being boy and girl. It's just smooth.
Shout out to Buchanan.
I have a friend that he said he wanted just 2, right?
Yeah.
And when you think about the economy,
Yeah, it's bad.
you have to understand, bro.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
You live in America as well.
It's
which
the
is
worst.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's the worst.
But
Yeah.
But it's the worst.
dollar is
But-
you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
true, but I agree with you on that. Anyway, but so his wife said, they discussed and they said they were going to have just 3 kids,
Mhm.
3.
just 3,
Not
Okay.
2.
just 3,
Okay.
not 2.
Okay.
So after a while, the wife started pestering that she wanted to have another one.
Mhm.
The guy lost his mind and said, you went through all this one. The last one was CS. You didn't have CS before this last one.
Mhm.
But all of a sudden, you woke up one morning and say you want to have another one.
Mhm.
The guy said, no, that is not doing another one. Because the woman was on pills and all of that. All of a sudden, the woman just comes up and says, she's pregnant.
Oh wow.
My guy lost his mind.
What's
Wow.
can you just leave the sarcasm, please?
My guy lost his mind.
What's the age difference between the kids?
The first one, I believe, is like 10.
Mhm.
The second one is like 7. The third is like 3.
So I mean, he lost his mind like in a bad way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
There
wow.
was a feeling of distrust between the 2 of them. And they felt like it took them a while into the pregnancy because about 3 or 4 months. Wait, 1 month away in November.
Mm-hmm.
They had the child in September. They only reconnected around May.
Oh wow. Oh.
Yeah, they had a
Oh.
big problem.
Yeah.
Because it felt like, bro, I don't want to have another child now.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
do you want to have
Why?
another child?
Yeah.
And the funny thing that something trended on social media around that, like I think it was
Really?
like 3 days
Yeah.
ago, when some babe was talking about how so some man,
Mhm.
you know how people like text blogs and ask for
Mhm.
like, I have a problem and stuff. So he texted and he was talking about how him and his wife,
Mhm.
when they got together, when
Mhm.
they got married in their 20s or something, they agreed not to have a child,
Mhm.
like no children for now until like we'll have money and all of this kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
so the wife went on to have to get pregnant, and she didn't tell him. She went off the pills and stuff like that.
Oh,
And according to her, she was
getting
getting pressured, but that happens in Nigeria.
Yeah,
She
it
was
does
getting
happen.
pressured,
It does happen.
and she made a plan with his mother
What?
and her mother
And pastor,
some church
pastor.
members.
Church members.
And they
General
decided
Asia, let's put it.
and they
Daddy.
decided to be like, okay, you know what, don't tell him, just get off the meds and stuff like that. Then she got
Wow.
pregnant, then she went on to tell him that she got pregnant. And now she's saying she has to leave her job because of
Wow.
course
Oh, you not told them the good news.
wait, I'm not done with the story.
It was a double harvest. They had to.
And
One shot, two goals.
so the man is now asking that in that situation, I think he was saying that is it okay for him not to forgive or that no, I can't even
He
remember.
was asking like what
should he do?
like he was asking men what should
wow.
they do like you then you should do. So.
What would you do?
What would you do?
I mean, yeah, the distrust is there now, but like you still gotta raise your kids. Is that what is he saying? That he should not?
Responsibility, right?
Yeah, it's still your responsibility. It's not their fault. They didn't ask to be here.
So do you want to kick the children out?
No, you take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, these things happen.
That just sucks. Though.
So this thing happened where, and it's a Nigerian thing, right?
Okay.
When like people get together and get married and stuff,
Yeah.
the pressure is always like more on the woman, and it's always how they always come to meet and blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
I think that I'll even be more concerned about the fact that why didn't she feel comfortable enough to tell you, the husband,
Right.
if she
Right.
could plan with the family members
Right.
That's actually the
behind the
Yeah.
husband, if
Wow.
she could.
Perspective, yeah.
I'm making sense today. Oh.
I always do. I'm very intelligent. Sorry. he's a bastard. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh no, it's okay. I want to apologize.
This is the brand.
It's okay.
This is the brand.
I'm proud that you call me a
Actually,
bastard. Whatever. It's cool. It's,
This is the brand of the podcast. It's fine.
apologizing, yo. Like
it's
it's fine. Anyways, he says that every time. Anyways, oh God, I've lost my. You said you don't have sense. Like you are actually quite stupid. Because now I've forgotten my train of thought.
You said going back to why did she
You
just
said I
tell
didn't
her
ask you,
husband?
mind your
You said why did you
business.
just tell her?
So I'll be more concerned as the husband. Like,
Yeah.
why is she more comfortable discussing with the family members? That means that the relationship itself is not working.
Like, what am I
Fair
doing
enough,
wrong
yeah.
as a husband?
Exactly.
Why is she comfortable?
She gets more trust from those
Yeah.
people. That's why she had to do that. So maybe fix
Are
that
they still
instead.
are they together? Like, what ended up? Like, what did they make it work?
I don't know.
Oh, they
There are a
don't know.
point of like there's
That
a
an
distrust.
impasse.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
impasse.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks because then, damn, yeah, it sucks, man.
My own problem is
Yeah.
why is this that this the woman that made the decision? That's my own melody. You can say it's agenda.
That was
Why?
is it why?
Why?
Why
Did
is
you-
she that?
Why? I think it's kind of a betrayal, to be honest.
It's
It is.
absolutely.
It is.
No,
It
kind
is.
of.
It
It's
kind of
is.
a
It
betrayal
is.
because
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
all
come,
those
sure.
things can be happening and all that.
It's
And
a setup.
another
It's
problem
like-
that I have is like why people always bring their relationship problems to Twitter.
Yeah, that one I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's
that's social media, man. Like, you protect.
But wait, but do you think people shouldn't like
You
ask
shouldn't.
random people?
No, who are you? Like, why did you
you
not?
made your vow in front of God.
Yeah, not in front
So,
of
not in
your
front of
followers.
people.
It's too much. It's too much access. Like, keep something. Everybody's gonna have an opinion.
Definitely.
So
I
how
agree.
what
Is it cool?
What
Thank you.
what good news are you gonna get? You say, yo, what should I do? And 17 people say different things. You're ultimately gonna do this. Pick your decision anyway.
Yes, but
You know?
I think that a lot of times when people come on social media, especially Twitter, right, to ask questions, is because they always feel like they can get like a human perspective or hear from other people. Like,
No,
I don't know.
I feel that those kind of people have their minds made up. They just want to
Yeah,
hear
there's one
what
validation.
they all want
that reinforce
validation.
them.
It's
Shout out to Nigerian
validation.
artists.
It's validation, and it's messy.
Wait to me.
Yeah.
So how do you
I'm in the movie industry.
being a father now? So I know that artists record in different ways, right?
Yeah.
And you guys have like different phases when it comes to recording music, producing music, and stuff like that. I'm going to give like a practical example now.
Yeah.
When Reminisce dropped that his last,
The
not
last
this
EP.
one,
Yeah.
not this one, I think
Vibes
the one
and Inshallah.
before. I think the Vibes and Inshallah, where he
Yeah.
had his kids.
Yeah, vibes and inshallah.
His kids in the intro.
Yeah.
He spoke about how he had to change recording form.
During
I think
an
Toby told
interview
me. Yeah,
His
whatever. I beg. How he had to change it.
recording time.
What's in me? Just
Just focus here. I'm here.
During
with
an
you.
interview
I'm
with
here
me.
you. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. Okay, I'm here.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so he talked about how he had to adjust his recording thing in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe I think have microphones in the house and
Yeah.
stuff because of fatherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a father now, how has that changed your lifestyle? Because
Yeah.
I know that being an artist comes with different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appearances at the club,
Mhm.
being around fine women,
Yeah.
going out a lot.
Melody, black men don't
Body
cheat. Black men don't
How do you
mess with
do
those
that?
things.
I think for me, I just turn off when I'm with my family. I turn off everything.
Yeah.
So as I'm working, I'm working. As I'm recording, I'm recording. But when I'm home, it's just consistently, what do you need? And
Yeah.
because I'm gone a lot, I take a lot of responsibility with him. So
Like
she
I say, I
can-
love you, but I'm always on the road. So I
yeah,
guess.
it's tough, man. You know, and then it's like, was he saying that to you? Was he saying that to you?
Ashake.
Ashake. Yeah, of course.
You know, say that to me.
Why would you
No,
do
he wasn't
Ashake?
saying it
Wait,
to me.
Ashake, what are you talking about? The artist?
Yeah.
You said it like he said it to you.
No, it's song.
Okay.
Melody
Okay.
confess.
Did you saw that?
Bro, I'd never heard that from any Ashake.
Okay, you see?
Wait, wait, I promise.
Please ask her.
You guys,
Ask her where she
hey,
heard it from.
Wait,
chill.
What song? What
Wait,
song?
No,
was
no,
that?
no. Ask her. Ask her.
Somebody said I'm always on the road.
What song?
I love you, but I'm sorry, Young John.
I don't know. I don't know. Melody confess.
It's Young. No,
Hey, I'm telling you.
it is Young
Bro,
John. I
you
meant to
texted her.
say.
Breaking
Just
news.
continue.
Breaking news.
Jiggy,
Breaking news, yo.
It's only Jiggy.
Moving on.
Oh.
Titi really. Okay, let's go back to the conversation.
Yes, I'm here with you. I'm here.
So I would say, so continue. You're saying something.
No, I was saying that I just make sure I compartmentalize my time, and when
Yeah.
I'm home, she needs a break because she has him, so I take him, and we have our time together. But I always make the experience really, really dope when I'm home.
What did you learn though from fatherhood? What was the biggest thing that you learned how to do?
I learned again, like I tell my friends, I think it's the biggest mirror. You put up a mirror to see who you really are. You see how big of a provider you actually are. How kind are you? How wise are you actually? How much responsibility can you take? When you're angry. So it's like you're learning all these things because you have to keep all these things away from him. Your worst parts of yourself, you have to get better at to raise this son
worst part
properly.
of yourself,
You have to get better. Yeah. So for me, I had to take that and really before, yes, loving him and doing that, but I had to really check myself first to make sure, I give him exactly what he needs.
Yeah. Then my final question, going back to just on this relationship fatherhood type of thing. How do you find the balance? Do you understand? You're a public figure.
Yeah.
Your partner is a public figure.
Yeah.
You guys have to before we get to that, do you think it's brand worthy? Lifestyle is brand worthy. Do you think so?
Do I think lifestyle is brand worthy?
Like,
what do you mean, sorry?
The inner fabrics of like a relationship, because it can be attractive and brand worthy. Don't you think so?
I think, but again,
The inner part, not the.
Oh, like the inner, like
no, like just showing people, oh, we're pregnant.
Couple
We're
goals.
getting married, couple goals type thing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's brand worthy?
I think well, the reason why we do it, one, is because we feel like with how dark the internet is, you need to see that it's still possible through whatever being popular, but then that love can still be here.
Yeah.
That love can still exist. So it's for us, but it's also for people to show like, yo, you can actually do this, man. You can be on the road, you can be fly, you can be a dad, and you can do all these things and still be a family man. I don't think that the black man is we don't show that enough.
Listen,
Yeah.
show you the year.
Yeah, we don't show that enough.
Show you the year. That's a black
What did
man
you
talking.
say?
That is a black man talking.
You want me to listen to you, but you're not listening to me.
Give him.
Why am I here?
Give him. Collect.
But to me, I promise that I was
You said you're
listening.
disgracing us in America.
Oh, you're talking?
Give him.
But to me,
They don't
Collect.
listen. The average Nigerian man doesn't
But to
listen.
me-
That's the
but
problem.
to me,
They don't listen.
I was listening to you. Then Tonani said something.
Oh, okay.
Then-
It's my fault now.
Then you blocked him out.
So it's his
Then I blocked him out. Yeah, I did.
That's
But yeah.
funny.
Yes.
Huh?
Your phone.
No, but I think that the black man isn't. We don't show enough that you can be a strong black man.
That's why you were chatting black man. This was a black man. I'm sure you mentioned black man. But it's cool.
Your agenda, one don't would
It's
now.
cool, it's fine.
No.
So it's important. It's important. But yeah, it's just be a bright spot in a time where it's really not. It's not good. It's not good times.
I want to jump in the music straight, right?
Yeah, let's
So
do it.
when I discovered like you, it was like the EP era when you were dropping some of the EPs back to back. And was a lot of R&B. So what your song that really made me fall in love was what's that other song? Living Foul.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Dun,
Living
dun,
Foul.
dun.
Yeah.
What year was
That's
that?
17.
On EP, I can't remember. the
That
name
was
of the
Jeep
EP.
Music. Yeah.
Who said that?
Hey, that's my guy.
You. My nigga. No wonder you got this. Wow. You try.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
That's his boyfriend. That's our boyfriend.
Oh, so you have this one too.
Yes, I have like three.
That's-
Like 3, 4. Just be shuffling.
Afro blues,
Yeah.
Afro pop, Afro
It's
swing.
cool. It's cool. So it's just, just keep it rotating.
Don't worry.
Anyways, so
Melody,
back-
don't make mistake.
back to the music conversation.
Yeah.
I know that. So you have this tag. So I can't remember the first song I heard you say like "baby, baby."
Mhm.
Then I know that on your album
Mhm.
you have some songs where you say "baby, baby," you, and some songs you don't.
Yeah.
How do you decide the one that says
a good
"baby,
question.
baby"? Yo? And also, what's the genesis of that "baby, baby"? Yo?
So I did that on the first time I did that was on Love Rhythm on the
Yeah.
I don't say too much, but it was in the intro of the
Most
song.
of this man they vocalize. You continue.
So it was on the intro when I was just trying to listen to the beat. So I was just like, baby, baby, yeah. And then my
Love
producer, you love rhythm.
Love Rhythm.
So my producer was like, yo, that should be the hook. And then it just felt good. It just
Who's the
feels like,
producer now?
oh, Harmony Samuels.
Okay.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Harmony
also
Samuels.
Nigerian.
Shout out to
Nigerian.
Harmony Samuels.
Yeah.
But incredible. So we made the record and it was like, oh, this feels like part of my identity. You know, it feels like it's mine, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't hear anybody else do something like that. You
That
know?
baby,
Yeah.
yeah.
So whenever you hear somebody say that, you're like, oh, that's wrong. You know, so like it was really dope for the brand.
But were you like a mindset? Because it was like, would you call it a shift in your career? The sound, there was a sonic shift.
Ooh.
It wasn't particularly sharp.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I think I was just really finding myself as an artist. You know, like for a while, even songs like Living Foul, like I was making them because I could make them, but they're a part of me, but it wasn't me really embracing who I really am as an artist.
Oh.
So like I figured out who I was around the time of Love Rhythm,
Yeah.
Want More. Like those certain records were like, oh, this is a mixture of R&B with Afro
Soul.
with soul, but
Yeah.
then, oh wow, like it's in that pocket and it just feel good music and no one sounds like me. This is great, you know. So that's when, it was a turn, but it was also just me learning who I was as an artist
So
at the same time.
I like what you said. You said you hadn't found yourself at the time.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't admit that.
yeah.
But if you hadn't found yourself at the time, who were you?
And who are you now?
Ooh, dang, you guys are fucking good.
Red table.
What can we say, bro?
That was good.
We
This
just
is
we just
Afrobeat Central.
we just do this, you know. We just
like,
we just do it. So just shout out
bro.
to us.
Make
We
sure you
know.
don't alcohol. Let's go.
That's good. That's good.
Let's do. We just do it. We
Yeah.
just do it.
Nah, that's fly though. But I would say I was trying to say, okay, this record, ooh, I should sound like Chris Brown here. I should sound like Trey. I should sound like, and it would be good, but it wasn't good enough because it wasn't me being myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was like, let me just take that off and just do what I feel is right and be confident in what I want to do. That's when everything changed. And I guess that's a metaphor to life too.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I was at a point where I was just like, you know, let me be who I am, truly who I am. And let's make good, feel good music.
And how true was the story? I've always wanted to ask this. I
Yeah.
think I too said it when I heard it.
Yeah.
How true was the story on
50.
no,
Which one?
this song that I just sang?
The song?
Baby, baby.
No.
Love Rhythm.
No.
The first one is
The
just
first one I sang.
Oh, Living Foul.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very true. That's what made that feel good because it was during the time where it was the true story of like, yo, when I'm not in town and you're not my girl, but I'm not in town, I'm hearing all these stories about you. And it was just like, okay, yeah, let's just make this song. And again, that was me almost knowing who I was at that time. That's why I still felt good, but it was
Well, someone was not your girl.
no, not mine, not this
The
relationship.
person was no, I know.
Yeah.
But the person that you sang that, no, we know.
Yeah.
It was like 2016, so it couldn't have been.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah. So the person that you made it about, that means you must have cared about the person enough to make the song.
I was hurt, but like it's like, you know how you're hurt, but you don't know how to express it. So it's just like, and I couldn't admit it because we weren't together. It was just like, damn, like you lied to me, but there's nothing I can do. And I'm hearing all these things. So it was like, all right, let's turn it into a record that felt good. Yeah.
Does the person know that song's about her?
Absolutely. She
You
called me.
still talk?
Hell no. No. Dude, that is not somebody.
autograph.
That is.
But speaking about
Yeah.
you know, you doing music at some point and you
Yeah.
not being yourself
Yeah.
or still discovering yourself,
Yeah.
then you doing music now. I remember asking you, so who are you now?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you now?
Who am I now?
Yeah.
I'm confident in myself. I'm a God loving man who knows that the simplicity of my voice is enough. Like I didn't know, like I was always trying to do all these extra things, but it's like just me purely singing and being free is more than enough. And I ran from that. I always felt like I was supposed to be doing more.
More like what?
More
like maybe
like,
not R&B.
More like R&B, more like just not thinking that what I was doing was
good enough
as an artist. So when I fell into that and knew that I was who I am and I am who I am, yeah, it's dope.
And I think I'm going to like relate it to the music scene here in Nigeria. I mean, not in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So now when you spoke about becoming more confident in your sound, in your music, and just becoming yourself and being comfortable doing anything when it comes to like music and just owning your R&B and I can sing and that's okay. I don't have to do more, right? Here in Nigeria, when we have conversations around music, what's popping and what's not popping. We always have artists who like love R&B as a genre of music. They want to do R&B as a genre of music, but they get scared to do it because you'd be like, oh, over here it's not popping. I might not make money from it and stuff like that. Did you ever?
But is R&B not popping though? What do you
now?
No way. What do you think?
What timeline are you talking about?
Maybe like back in the day.
Let's say 2000.
What year?
Till now.
Now, I think is it not more?
So when Rotimi was moving with EME back in the day,
it's crazy,
okay, that it wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah.
That was the Tungba era.
Yeah,
Tungba
era.
But there was Banky still.
But there was Two-Face.
Banky.
No, Two-Face was done to like pure.
He was. Dude.
No,
Two-Face was.
So people like Banky and Two-Face are very smart. They know how to
Banky
do
was
R&B.
kind of not first, but like one of the first.
Yeah, one of the.
Banky is a very good songwriter. He knows how to present his R&B to the Nigerian audience.
And let's not also forget that when Two-Face was doing like R&B, when we talk about R&B artists in Nigeria, I want to like mention R&B. People don't mention Two-Face as an R&B artist.
Really? He was.
Yeah, but people don't.
It's a complicated conversation. I get what you're coming.
Yeah, we always say, "Oh, the king of R&B is Banky W. He made R&B more popular. He made it more mainstream." People don't put Two-Face there.
Some of his successful songs were actually R&B songs.
Yes, but he wasn't doing like
yeah.
When I was in Potential Boys, he did more
R&B.
Yeah. Even as a solo, he did some R&B songs.
But it was rare. You're saying it was a rare.
Yeah, it was a rare occasion.
And also, like even here, aside from it being rare, people are always more in tune to do like popping songs, dance songs in the club, songs that people will dance to.
I feel like music is an evolution. Like the music we're listening to now, it's not the music we're listening to 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
But music isn't really good now, though. That's the thing.
Is it we are old though?
Is it really good or is not?
He
good?
He said
it's not. It's not. It's very rare that you find like someone who's really dope.
Old?
Why do you think so? Let him down. Why do you think so?
Because I feel like one artists aren't consistent. Right, so like they have a moment and they don't really know what to do with the moment, so they don't make another record. So it's like, and there's no mystery. This, you know what I mean? It's all these things that just like okay, and just music is so overloaded. Like you don't even get a chance to really digest. It's oversaturated, so you don't really get a chance to really digest anything. You know, so it's the ones that like, oh, I love this. Oh, I love this movement. But those are the ones like Burna. It's not that many that are doing it that consistent. You know what I mean? And people have their moments. So I think it's diluted. And I think now everybody feels like they can do it.
Yeah.
Everybody feels like they can do it.
Everybody feels
the internet. Again, the internet.
It's the internet.
Yeah, it's the internet.
You said everybody feels like they can do that.
Yeah.
Music?
Yeah. I feel like everybody thinks they can do it. Everybody really now have a platform to be heard
on social media.
And possibilities are endless.
And
come on, talk here.
That's just trying.
yeah.
What does that stop?
Well,
no, but no. So
I don't think I should mention the name.
He said that.
But I'll just say a very, very important music exec in this Afrobeats.
So there's been a strike. Students couldn't go to universities. So because you're home alone.
Yeah,
and maybe you listen to Buju, you listen to Whiskey. They're like, I sabi this falsetto. What?
Let me divulge one secret.
I
Brother started singing.
Do you see?
I found out during this. The funny thing is, we at the top getting the worst. How would you feel? The step brother think you knew on IG.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I just paid school fees.
For him.
All because I was strike.
Yeah.
Just paid admission fee.
Mm.
I was mad.
Mm.
So that was why I said, do you understand?
Yeah.
So now, he hasn't faced me to tell me,
Mm.
but I know.
Yeah.
Is he good?
I didn't even listen.
But you have to though.
Yeah.
Bro, if you live by fire.
Fair enough.
Nah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair
Sorry
enough.
for what you-
No,
it's
no, it's
fine,
good.
No, no
fine.
problem.
Anyways,
But you should have said that on the mic though.
No. But I agree with him.
So
when
what he was
says-
trying to say, is just in case you're listening, there's a dead air, just didn't hear what the other people, what he was trying to say. So someone in the studio is talking about how he found out that his stepbrother became an artist on social media. Like one day he was just scrolling through social media and he found his stepbrother doing music and he's like, wow, I paid school fees. I didn't know you were trying to do music, but it's cool. So yeah, sorry for
He
that.
said
breaking.
when you live by fire.
It's then Tolani asked him, what's the
Yeah.
asked him, is the music good? And he said, when you live by fire,
Mhm.
you don't want to.
Someone
Another
else to go
person
through
live
it.
by fire.
Mhm.
So you don't want too many people doing music in the family.
Yeah, but like what Rotimi said, like the internet really opened. So it's a negative
Is that
and
a good
positive
thing?
thing.
Exactly.
It's negative and positive.
Yeah,
thing.
because it allowed other
Access.
artists or other genres to
Democratization.
come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is that with the internet now, anybody with the
Anybody.
home studio equipment can just push out his
Anything.
music.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that can happen to you is getting a hit record when you're not ready.
Very early.
When you're not ready.
When you're not
exactly.
ready, then all lights are on you. Then you freeze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then what's next?
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Then you keep dropping EP.
Yeah.
You drop 7 years. You drop 10 EPs
Yeah.
because you are trying to.
Yeah. And
You have to rejig that woman, but it's not working.
Yo,
I'm telling you.
Back, I don't sound like a back in the day guy, but back in the day,
But yeah, back in the day, guys, okay, own it.
before you even get into the record label for them to even listen to your demo,
Yeah.
my brother,
Yeah.
you would have gone through hell.
But but just to speak on what AOT2 said
Yeah.
now and what you mentioned, everyone being on social media and
Yeah.
thinking because of the popularity of social media, you can drop song and get popular.
Oh, you can.
You can, and how dangerous that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like now that we're having the conversation, we're talking about maybe we're speaking more to the people who are doing it.
Mhm.
That's the artists or the people trying to be artists on social media who cannot get through to record label, right?
Mhm.
When people talk about it, they also say, there's a good side to that because now it has broken the gatekeeper's thing.
Oh yeah,
I can't
No,
even
yeah.
count how many times I've spoken to artists and they're like, I'm so happy social media is popular now. I don't have to go to one person to be begging for
Yeah,
attention.
yeah.
I can just do my thing on social media and that's fine. So that's like the upside, right?
That's rare.
That's rare.
That's rare.
But also, wrote to me, some record labels now
yeah.
would rather pick a social media superstar
Right. Facts. Yeah.
instead
Yes.
of going to
Artist development.
artist
Artist
development, going to the
artist, dang,
street
that's the
to
problem.
pick someone and say,
Because
okay, I
that's a
see
quick one.
But you
potential.
can't blame them either.
Exactly.
No,
So I'm saying that the artists are doing it, and record labels too are doing it. So who doing
No,
it?
it's
So
the
you
business.
can't blame them either when it comes to like record labels because the people that you see that blow up are like maybe it's very very small percentage of people that they sign or people that
Yep.
Yes.
So
Yes.
right now, this saturation is a blessing and a problem for them because the world is so fast paced that I can put all my money in you,
Mhm.
and you might wake up one day and say, "Oh, they are not allowing me to do me. Oh
Mhm.
my god!" Do you understand?
Right.
Like they are not allowing me to, or you are saying that, "Oh, the music you made one. You someone cited the seven album deal. You did one. He said his brain is crazy.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want to do music anymore. Do you understand?
But if his
I
brain
would
is
rather-
crazy, nko.
Bro. I mean, it's possible.
If you can't
but
do it
when
again,
you were riding on the Lamborghinis, your brain was normal
Right,
at the
you were
time.
perfectly
Are
fine.
you normal?
Yeah.
You understand?
But yeah, the quality though.
The
Yeah,
quality
the
is
quality.
not.
It's not the
not
same.
potent quality. Like, and I think a lot of it goes into artists not having artist development.
Yes.
Like people will just not luck is destiny, but like they'll have a hit record joking around and they'll be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I'm popping now," and then
Why do I have to go back to
what do I
start
gotta?
from-
Yeah. And then so again, that happens. So you're not ready for the money. You're not ready for the lifestyle. You're not ready for the
fame.
performance. You
Yeah.
can't. You don't know.
Oh, the performances.
You know what I'm saying?
Even in America, you see like a big somebody who just blew off like off TikTok or SoundCloud, and you go to Rolling Loud, and I don't want to mention the person's name, and you're not like, no, no,
Why are you rolling loud, dude?
it's the biggest now.
That's a lie. That's not why
Okay,
he said
sorry,
it.
you now go to Celebration, and you now see the
Why
performance.
really loud?
And I think Rotimi is like a perfect example because I think I heard Bizu was the first person who put me like who sent me your link, and it was a song you did with Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
Way back.
2014.
That's
Wow.
not 8. No, 8, 9.
Eight?
Nine.
9.
Yeah, Gucci man.
Yeah, and look at where he is right now.
I heard that song in 14.
You heard the song you told
That's
us.
like
bottom.
8, 9. I think you can't underestimate the process.
Yeah.
The process makes it beautiful, man. And the process makes it last for a long time because you've seen everything. You know how to handle different situations. You even know how to handle being in front of a mic like this. Like all this goes into making an artist dope, you know. And when people can't feel you, your energy, then you're not going to be here that long.
But a lot of young people are going to disagree with some of the things you're saying here.
That's good.
Because their reality is
totally different.
Yeah. I mean, but everybody grew up and realized the truth.
But you know what? Time is the greatest teacher. Time is the greatest teacher.
Everybody is the greatest teacher.
Yeah.
Everybody will turn 30.
Time is the greatest
But,
teacher.
but the thing is, the oversaturation is definitely a problem, like we said about the music thing. But we can't also forget the diversity that has come with that space.
Right.
With the social media, with people having access to social media, right? And being able to put out their art there has opened the audience to, despite oversaturation, so different possibilities and different sound and different genre.
You're on fire today.
Yeah.
But like, don't ever say that again to the end of the
Sorry.
I want to ask you something, right?
Yeah.
As an R&B guy, right? There's a conversation that people always have on social media where they say that old R&B, new R&B are not the same when it comes to quality. That they would rather old R&B, because back in the days, you know, men used to cry under the rain to sing.
To get pneumonia.
You see, like I called her
I
like
have a theory about this, but how do you answer? Just let her land.
give me land now. They'll give like 1,000 missed calls. The R&B singer. When they are singing, you'll be seeing all of them. But these days,
The Weeknd.
Juices.
Brent Fayez. We don't have time.
oh my God! Back in the day, so the R&B songs used to be more
Romantic.
Oh my God, I love you. Da, 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 da.
But it wasn't reality, innit?
Can you let me be?
Or maybe the women changed.
Then now the new R&B, we have people who's like their brand of R&B can be like
Toxic.
I break your heart. It's just pure toxic.
Yeah.
I
and
love it.
everything.
Go
And
and
they're
bring your
like,
friends.
this is my this is my heel. This is the heel I'm going to stay on.
Yeah,
But back in the day, we have older. What do you think as an R&B guy?
Which one's better?
Yes.
I
We need men to go back to, you know, singing under the rain.
think the music and the lyrics was way more smooth. So I preferred that. They'll be savage, right? But they'll be like, yo, you don't belong with him. You belong with me, baby. Don't. The content didn't change.
But the way you
presented it.
The way you presented it, because you're not gonna
panache.
be like da da da. If you really talking, you'll be like, nah, you don't need
enough.
him, baby. Just come
Fair
over
enough.
here. You can rock with me.
Fair enough.
That's what they were saying. Even the women were saying, Mary J. Blige had a song where she was basically saying, I could take your man from you, but it was so smooth. If you only knew. Whose song was that?
Mary J. Blige. Was it Mary J.
Something
Blige?
like that. But everything was so smooth and subtle, and it felt good. But you saying some stuff, you know what I mean? Like now you just
Like-
there's no imagination now. It's just we doing this XYZ.
I do know my theory. Do you know who caused that thing?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. The moment Chris Brown dropped Juices, R&B changed for divorce.
Nah.
He brought in toxicity.
Oh God!
But let
This
me
one
tell you
we don't like the managers
Then-
in here.
Then after Chris Brown,
God.
we now had the boys from Canada.
Oh God!
At this stage, my artist,
Oh God!
Then moving on. Then the boys. Then the boys from Canada came, Drake and Weeknd,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
sealed it. And
But Drake was smooth though.
He was.
Yeah,
Drake came in
He
smooth,
was.
man.
He was.
Best I have.
he's a
ever
ladies'
had.
man though.
Best
So
I have
yeah.
had.
Yeah.
That's why his style is number one.
Fair enough.
Actually.
There's a reason.
Or maybe Melody. Maybe the women changed.
Also, the women changed. Let's
Melody.
agree. Yes.
I mean,
I think so
music
too.
is-
Yeah, the
Thank
women
you.
changed. The women
I think so
changed.
too.
Melody, don't fight it.
so.
No, don't fight.
Wait,
Okay.
wait.
Yeah.
Rotimi, what do you mean?
I think so.
How?
Again, it's the internet, man. The internet.
What do you have?
Start of this episode.
Internet.
They want to be on a yacht. Taking a turn. In Dubai.
Why not?
Boss to men will take you there.
Can will take me there?
Yeah.
Maybe Debe.
But
That's
wait,
so
Rotimi,
funny.
do you?
Excuse me. In Afrobeats, they don't tell us to Dubai. It's Osaka.
Agata.
It is not up. It is not Okada.
You see what you opened now? You opened this
Branch the
Pandora.
place. I'll buy you.
But speaking about the women changing, Rotimi, what do you think? What are the major? What do you think is the major?
I don't think women change. I think.
Exactly.
I just think the times are different.
I
think
agree
everybody.
too.
I think everybody is just more into just being straight to the point,
Yeah.
savage minded,
Savage
a little
mode.
bit more, because it's accessibility. You got to think, man. Like you go again. I'm not trying to blame it on Instagram, but
Yeah.
like you go online and before. Now you're seeing 30,000 different options of people.
Yes.
If you're single or
Yeah.
not single, whatever, you're seeing so many
So
options.
many options.
So you're just like, the care for, you think, okay, well, it's not gonna work with this one. Yeah, we'll try this one. And I think that kind of,
The Tinder mindset. Just swipe.
I think
Blame
it's
it on the
just,
internet.
it's true though.
Maybe it's on the
I
internet.
think everything changed after
But
that.
at the end of the day, though, how do you then? Game said something recently. Said,
Yeah.
find your woman and delete Instagram.
And delete. It's important. And this is the cool thing. So to answer your question, because you asked me something earlier. So what me and V do, like, she's really not even on her Instagram. Like, she doesn't post. She posts and then deletes it and doesn't have it. So when I have my own team running it more so. So my team would tell me, yo, this happened online? I'm like, nah, because I don't really follow Instagram. I'm not on social media. They run everything for me. But even when we're home, we don't have it on our phone. So we really don't know a lot of the times what the heck is going on. We're just really, and kudos to her for that, because she was like, yo, just unplug, let's get rid of it. And I was like, wow, it's like, I'm with you. So that's why, and it's been like that for the last 4 years, 3-4 years now.
Wow.
Are you a good woman?
Yeah, it's important.
Okay, so your
No, I
new
got that
single.
You said what?
You said,
Let's go back to your last album. I've also wanted to ask, how long did it take you to record that album?
The last one.
Yeah, 2021.
Ooh. See, that's a tricky question, because most of the project was done during a week of a camp.
1 week?
Yeah, most of the project we was done, majority.
Did you write a chunk of the songs?
Yeah, it was me and 3 or 4 writers.
Okay.
So we were just locked in. So from like a Thursday to Monday, we basically had the whole project done. And that's how thank God, because I know how to record and hit the mark, because I've had to do that while I was even shooting Power.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have the same time that other artists
Yes.
had. They can go rock out for 3 months and
Yes.
6 months and focus just on music. I have to be in the studio studying my lines while just like in writing and helping to do all at the same time. So I was able to record under pressure, and that's how I made In My Bed. In My Bed was the last song at 4:00 in the morning of one session. Love Rhythm. The label said, "Yo, we'll give you two days to go to LA to get something," and came back with Love Rhythm.
Were they looking for a single at the time?
Yeah. So that was like, okay. So now
2 days. Wow.
Yeah, 2 days. So now, like, that's what I do. And so now going into next year, it's scary now that I can take my time, a little bit more. So it's really dope. Really. And that's why this one would make you say, I was able to really, really just take my time and listen to what feels right to me. And like, I love the I'm a piano feel.
Yeah.
But I wanted to keep true to myself. That's why it starts off so smooth and then it explodes. But it's still very, very much R&B and just something different.
Now that we're talking about, the Peter Obi conversation and, voting and what's going to happen when it comes to election season, don't forget, it's a good time to remind you to ensure that you go out to cast your votes, have that conversations with your friends and family members. Please, it's not enough to have this conversation on Twitter. We need to go out, we need to vote, we need to get our voters card, we need to vote our conscience, vote the person that you think is right, vote the person that you think can make a change. Please, we need to vote.
I wanted to ask about, so a friend of mine was saying something like 2 days ago. She was talking about the comparison between how Americans seem a little distant from their Nigerian roots than their UK counterparts. Do you feel like that?
About different, say one time.
So your UK counterparts, children of immigrants, they seem more in tune with the culture than the American counterparts. Do you feel like that?
Oh, I don't know. I from my experience, I know that a lot of my friends were raised by in their first generation.
Yeah.
So the culture is really, really like ingrained in them. So I can only speak from my experience, you know, but most Nigerians in America are extremely, extremely cultured because our parents have raised us they took a lot of elements from home and still kept it ingrained in us. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of the Nigerians are super successful in America. You know what I mean? So it's no coincidence, you know? So it was just good parenting.
Did you get whipped as a child?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Shout out to Africa.
Do you think you're going to do that to your children?
No. There's no need to.
I watched Gary Neville today talking on Diary of a CEO, and he said something like, you have to collaborate with your children now.
Yes.
What does collaboration mean, though?
I think instead of, no, don't do that, is like, well, what if you thought of this perspective? Like, what is like this? So it's like instead of, so for example, for my 1-year-old, it's easy to be like, no, don't do that. Don't stand and do that. Instead, just change his attention. So it'd be like, hey, you want to play with this instead? So they're not hearing no. But you're still allowing them to be themselves.
Yeah.
And in this generation with internet and with, I sound like I hate the internet, but like with this generation, it's really, really dope and important that you have that cool relationship with your family, with your kid, because you need them to feel like they have a voice, because it's too crazy out here now.
I agree. I need to say this now. The cover art of this your song Make You Say So Sexy.
Thank you.
I think it's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Why did you decide on this?
I wanted something that just represented what I felt. And, you know, I was talking to my team about it. And the feel of the song felt like Michael Jackson's, what was the name of his Michael Jackson song? It's the one with the videos in the desert.
Is it the one where he...
Black or white?
Remember the time?
No, not Remember the Time.
Black or white?
Dang. It'll come to me.
What about
song
about Ed's song? What's that song?
No.
But it felt like that really sandy desert, grainy vibe with a woman's legs, like just living, like
in the air.
Oh, I know the song you're talking about. Naomi Campbell was in the
Yes.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
In the closet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the closet, that energy felt like the song.
Yeah.
And for me, things just pop. The vision of everything just pop in my head. I don't question it, and I just say, "This is what I want to do," and it usually.
Tyra Banks
out
was also
dope.
in that video.
No, it's not.
No,
Naomi
Naomi
Campbell.
Campbell.
The OG
Video was
herself.
Tyra
The OG
Banks,
herself.
Naomi
The
Campbell.
OG.
No, there was a video where all of them were in.
And now, but this wise.
OG.
Remember the time.
Yeah.
Do you so this song now to make you say it was produced by a Ghanaian?
Yeah, Neptunes.
Neptunes. How did you choose Neptunes?
Man, it was honestly ordained, man. It was God, honestly, because I met him through Akon.
Oh.
So me, Akon, and Neptunes all had a show together. And
A show.
Like he performed, I performed, and Neptunes performed.
Okay.
And he hit me the next day like, yo, bro, your show was great, man. Come, let's work out, let's chill at the crib. So I ended up going, and Neptunes was there. And they were just playing because we were at Khan's house. So they were bowling, and he was like, yo, play him some stuff right now. He started playing the records, and I was like, yo, let's go in the studio right now, bro. Like right now. And the first record we did was Make You Say.
Wow.
The first record. We didn't even know each other's name. I knew he had the big record, but I didn't know anything about him, but just the music from scratch, just caught, and it was lightning in a bottle, man. But then we kept doing it and kept making, these type of records that are special.
Speaking of you and like 0809 and EME though, who brought you into that space at the time?
Banky W and somebody, I think Valentino's. It was Valentino, yeah. It was, Valentine, yeah, man. And Banky W reached out, man, and said, yo, like, I love what you're doing. Me, WizKid, and Scales are coming to the States, and we want you to be a part of our U.S. tour. And it was 2012. Yeah, 2012. And I remember, man, I'll never forget, like, I had just landed, and Wiz came to grab my bag. And it was just like, wow, this is he was known but he wasn't known. But his heart was very, very pure even then. So we bonded and we became really close friends. And we said, yo, watch what happens in 5-10 years, man. Watch what happens to the movement. Watch what we're doing. And I knew it was going to be special then because everywhere he went and everywhere we performed, it was just like an explosion. And the shows just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But it was a good time, man. And it was,
Are you guys still cool?
Yeah. That's my guy. Yeah.
Trust. Shout out to Wiz.
Yeah, good people.
Then I saw something just right now on Twitter,
Yeah.
which I thought to share with everybody.
Mhm.
So a guy,
Agenda.
no,
Agenda.
this is not agenda. A guy
Uh-huh.
who works for Twitter,
Uh-huh.
goes
Do you
on
use Twitter though?
He used
I don't know. I don't use
Say there's none. It's not social.
So-
Wow.
it's
So
not
I'm sure
social.
you've not heard the Elon Musk takeover thing.
The what one?
Elon Musk, obviously, he knows.
Yeah, I know that. I know
Okay,
that stuff. Yeah.
okay.
So Elon Musk goes to Twitter and says, by the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter being super slow in many countries.
Mm.
App is doing over 1,000 poorly batched RPCs just to render a home timeline. If a Twitter employee goes and says, I've spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android, can say this is wrong. Elon Musk said, then please correct me. What is the right number? The guy then corrects Elon Musk. Someone there says something. Elon Musk says it's fired.
He fired him.
Yeah, fired on Twitter. What do you think about that?
I gotta learn a little bit more about that, brother. I'm
Elon
not
Musk.
opinion yet.
I have actually.
Yeah.
I have my own.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah.
In this capitalist world
Mm-hmm.
where there's recession,
Mm-hmm.
you are arguing with the CEO.
So-
hello.
Let him land.
Wait, let me land, please.
Allow me.
Don't take
black-
a black
let-
man's voice.
Don't take a black man's voice. It's not nice. It's not nice.
CEO
Mm-hmm.
and sole owner,
Yeah.
not your line manager,
Mm-hmm.
not the head of your office,
Mm-hmm.
not the head of your region.
Mm-hmm.
CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You decided to go and argue with your CEO on Twitter. Melody.
Yeah.
So there's a thing right now
Mhm.
where people are having conversations about like being a leader,
Okay.
And conversations
conversations
about
around leadership style,
like fairness and all
Yeah.
that.
fairness, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like you have like a team.
Yeah.
Now people have the opinion that Gen Z
Mhm.
or younger people are more difficult to work with because they're more exposed to the internet, and they're always like, oh, I don't want to do this as much as I don't want to do something, I won't do it, right?
Right.
Now the conversation also on this entire Twitter situation is people are saying, why should you disagree with your? Is it wrong to disagree with your
Boss in
Boss?
public.
publicly?
In public,
In public.
that's a tricky one. In public, yeah, that's. I probably wouldn't have done that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that.
How many Gen Z people?
But in private,
how many
if I
Gen
have-
Zs do you have on your team? Do you have Gen Z?
Two.
Oh,
cool
why did-
people.
You
Yeah.
recruited them by yourself?
Hmm?
You recruited them by yourself?
Well, through people, through friends, through
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
And you're good.
Yeah. Very smart, sharp. Yeah.
Tolani, sorry.
Yeah.
No. We'll get there. We'll get there. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of idealism in this world right now. This is not agenda aside.
Okay.
And there's a way of doing things.
Yeah.
Someone sent it to me actually that we should talk about it on the board.
Yeah.
There's a way of doing things and a way of not doing things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the way to do things is just because people have a problem with your boss online,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you should also, because you want to score cool points,
Yeah.
Yeah.
go at your boss online.
It's even how we
Publicly.
have that conversation of your friend trending on social media or someone that you know publicly,
Yeah.
Bro.
maybe in the news.
Yeah.
There's no need to come on social media and go back and forth with this person or attack. Like, take for example, I'm sure you have friends in the industry
yeah.
that are like maybe artists or in
Yeah.
that space. When they trend for maybe negative things,
Mhm.
people can come at you and say, "Oh, what's your opinion? Are you
Yeah.
not saying something?" And people can even cancel you
Right.
for
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
speaking against
against
the
your
person.
friend.
Do not
Right.
say, "Oh, that means you are aligning with this
Your work,
person's
yeah.
values
Right.
and all of that." So people are always like, at what point do you draw the line between not speaking and actually like speaking out?
See, for me, I go
Especially
straight
on
to.
social media.
See, I don't. So that's why I feel like if I have a problem or if I'm genuinely concerned about somebody who's going through that,
Yeah.
it's yo, bro, what the hell happened? You know what I'm saying? Or that's beautiful. But in terms of you shouldn't have do like nah,
Twitter fingers. We
yeah,
don't know
that's
why.
not that's not over here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Mm.
what are you listening to right now?
Ooh, I'm listening to my new project that's coming, man.
Nice
Oh,
plug.
you listen to yourself?
Yeah, I have to fix it.
Artists sometimes struggle with doing that.
Listening to themselves?
Like maybe like playback or constantly.
No.
For example, this podcast I'm never going to listen to.
Really?
Maybe not the creatives generally don't
Why?
like to hear the sound of your
That's
voice.
a good question, actually. Why don't you?
I don't
Why
know. I do a video show that I can't watch it.
does it make you uncomfortable to see
It just
yourself?
makes me cringe, man.
Wait,
Really?
But I think there are two different things. Doing a podcast and you singing.
Like
right,
what?
because for the singing one, you might you
For
have
singing,
to, right?
You still have to like beat
to
master,
work on it, right?
Work on it, yeah.
Right.
But some
Yeah.
people might not
I
want
just-
to play it
I
time
feel
and
like
time
it's
again.
narcissism.
To listen to
Really?
yourself.
Yeah.
So to be
How?
honest, a lot
Not
of
to, like on a podcast or watch
on a
it.
podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Well,
not singing though.
Not singing. Like you have to work on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I don't know. Even if I think if I was an artist,
That's why you never
you just
blow.
do it and let it go.
turn it on head.
Really?
wait,
It's very
I
You
saw
just do take one and just
Yeah.
one take God,
mix it.
mix it, master it, and just send it out.
Send it straight.
What the God?
Because I know that people say that they struggle to listen to themselves.
Really?
I know that people say, "Well, I can't listen to the sound of my voice." So artists do that too, don't they?
Yeah.
Some artists don't like it. I've met one or two. Like,
I know that I have,
they don't
I've heard
like
someone
their
say
music.
they don't like
No,
to
they
hear
like
the
their
sound of their
music,
voice, so
but they
it's
just-
cringy to listen to
That's
themselves.
weird. So you make something that you don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
That's very
No,
weird.
not that you don't enjoy, but it's just that everybody's hailing it.
Uh-huh.
Everybody says, "Oh, it's the greatest thing ever," but for me to sit down and be listening to myself, like,
Oh well, it depends. See, that's okay.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Like for me in this moment, like we're fixing it up. You know what I'm saying?
no,
No.
yours is different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But even so, if it be like, yo, what you want to hear? I'm like, it's whatever. But if it's like, yo, play me, that's
Yeah, that's
that's
different.
different.
Yeah,
That's
That's
different.
That's
That's
different.
different.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
different.
it depends on what the situation is. But
Oh,
yeah, I think it's a confidence thing too. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
God, that big.
Okay.
God, that big.
So I have a question, right?
Yeah.
Over the last 10 years, we've seen an influx or just
Yeah.
the appearance of Nigerian Americans in the music scene.
Yeah.
Jidena, Wale,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. For you, you're about to drop an album.
Mhm.
What matters most? How do you cater to the American audience
Mhm.
and how do you cater to the Nigerian audience? Because there are two different markets.
Yeah.
How do you
Are
do
you
that?
trying to even specifically cater to Nigerian audience?
We are hot now. We want a Grammy.
So are you wait now?
Born.
We have artists that are not. Are you trying to cater to Nigerian audience? But we have artists who say, "I'm not trying to cater to
Or just
anybody."
identify a little bit with the Nigerian.
I think it's not a I think it's not a Nigerian thing, it's just a global. That's my goal is global.
Okay.
Like I'm the definition of African American. Genuinely.
Genuinely.
African American.
Yeah.
So it's my job to bring the understanding of different sounds from different places to the world. That's my job. That's one of my callings. So for me to take a record like Make You Say, it's supposed to make it understandable and a vibe for
Yeah.
Americans
Yeah.
and understanding this. And then they discover more of the
Of us,
sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to try it, we're just aiming to make global music, and which we're doing.
So it's not like I'm trying to cater to like a Nigerian audience. or trying
No, I just know now. The thing is, you just know now, like truly how important it is to be here, because that's a testament to what's happening. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
music scene is like you guys dictate the cool.
Yeah,
And,
true.
you know, the sound is us right now. So like, you have to show respect and always have to be here. You know?
How did things change for African people in America? I know a lot of people in the UK say after Afrobeat started blowing up, it became cool or cooler
Oh,
to be
yeah.
African.
Oh
to
yeah.
be like, "Oh, I'm Nigerian."
I remember. I knew it became something big when Lorenz Tate, who was my castmate, on.
shout out to
on-
Lorenz.
Shout out to Lawrence State, man.
So I
OG.
remember he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, bro, so I was doing my 23andMe and I was checking, and I'm like 18% Ghanaian and like 21% Nigerian. So you got to teach me how to make some jollof rice, man." So it's like, dang,
Lawrence Tate.
this is really happening, you know. So that's when it hit me like, oh wow, if people want to be a part of it, they
yeah.
want to feel
We'll
like
find a way.
they're finding their way. So it's really cool.
Shout out to you, bro.
Thank you, my
So
brother.
when does the album drop?
So early next year. But the single is out right now. It's
Make You
available
Say.
everywhere, man. It's a beautiful song, and I know people gonna love it.
Are we going to see you around out and about in Nigeria in December?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be here.
Performing a few shows?
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
You got it, bro.
I have to.
One question though.
Yeah.
When are we going to see you in a movie next?
So I have a new movie coming out.
Yeah.
I have a new movie coming out. House Party. We did the remake of House
Oh,
Party.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, with me, LeBron James, Jacob Lattimore, Tosin Cole, who's my guy. And it comes out January 13th.
Oh,
And I'm super, super excited. You know, it's a funny movie, man. And people are gonna love it.
Oh,
dope,
okay.
dope.
So this album, do you have like a title for it that you want to give us more information about it?
Yeah, so my album is called Seven. It's
Okay.
based on my son.
Your son, yeah.
Yeah, so it just means that it's just me doing more. I've grown, I've elevated, and I'm making the music that I really love. And I'm in a good space, man. And so he deserves that.
Okay, cool. So we're going to hear like daddy tales on the.
no, I ain't
Yeah,
sexy.
I don't know.
So I want to ask now, since the title of the album is
Yeah,
Seven now,
Yeah.
and this is like leading to another question around R&B and stuff.
Yeah.
So of course, Seven. That's about your son,
Yeah.
and you're talking about how you want to talk about. So what are you talking about? Is it like daddy
Lucky
tales?
number
Are we still
7.
getting like
Oh,
sexy?
Is it like
Rotimi
a double,
or just-
triple, quadruple entendre?
it's just every aspect of who I am as an artist this time around. And seven means completion.
Perfection.
So and perfection.
Yeah.
So it's the body of work that I feel like is the most perfect as well. So it's the vibe of classic Rotimi R&B. Then you got the vibes like Make You Say,
Mhm.
and it's just different energies throughout the whole thing.
So wait,
Completion. Yeah.
now that you're like in this headspace, you're recording music. Do you sometimes, as an artist, struggle between telling us the daddy tales and just telling us the sexy Rotimi tales? Like,
That's a good question.
because I know that
That's a good question. Yeah.
when it comes to doing R&B, a lot of the fans, maybe like the female fans,
Yeah.
they tend to like your music.
Yeah.
Outside of your music, like your personality, like, oh my God, this person is sexy, he's attainable.
This is a very PG way of you saying groupie. Well,
Did you know saying what? Groupie. I didn't mean groupie.
no, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean the fans, you
Yeah.
know, so they say, oh, so Rotimi in my bed, you know,
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, now you have the daddy tales and stuff. Do you sometimes struggle with knowing when to be
Balance it.
the sexy Rotimi or when to be the daddy Rotimi or when to be the partner Rotimi?
Nah.
How do you tell the girls? Oh,
No, it's just butterscotch. Do butterscotch.
Oh
things,
my
man.
God.
It's just- It's not trying nothing. It's just all
Butterscotch.
butterscotch, man.
What happened? How did
I don't try to do any. If I gotta be sexy, is what.
oh my God.
You're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I can't try this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Very good. But speaking
Yeah.
about the acting though,
Yeah.
would you say like for a lot of people, right? People
Mm-hmm.
say that there are moments that inform success.
Mhm.
Would you say that appearing on like a TV show
Mhm.
informed or fastened some of the music side? Because
Absolutely.
you had been making music before that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. The platform, you know, I had one of the illest conversations with Tyrese, and he was like, because it used
Shout
to
out to
frustrate
Tyrese.
me. It used to feel, I'm like, damn, like I'm dope. I'm better than this. I'm that. And they keep saying me as Dre, you know? And it used to frustrate me. But then he said the illest thing to me, and he was like, listen, bro, kill this character so it makes them want to research who this person is.
Jesus.
When it's time to research, make sure you
There's
have
something.
Something to find.
Yes.
So when he gave me that perspective, it was like, oh, I gotta go even harder and make sure that they say, yo, who's this kid? Yo, he's
Yeah.
a beast.
Yeah.
And when we did that, then that's when the music had to be ready. And they said, oh, okay, it goes hand in hand. He's just talented.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
How do you like working with 50 Cent?
Oh, beast, man. Incredible. Incredible. I learned so much. Like, he's a person that just gives information, right? He wants to give it to you so you can just, you know, build your own. And he respects like people who can do it for themselves. So for me, it was just I was just a sponge. How to handle money, how to handle women, how to handle everything. Real estate, business, my career. It was just a sponge for those 6 years.
Is he as uncensored in person as he is? Like as he appears to be?
He's calculated. Everything is calculated.
But people actually think he's uncensored.
But yeah.
This is a smart guy.
He's just a
a
smart
very
guy.
smart
Yeah,
person.
it's just he's just calculating everything. If he wants to be uncensored, he's uncensored. If he doesn't, he's not. It's just brilliant.
That's a skill though.
It's a skill.
agree.
That's what I'm saying. Not a lot of people. He's the only person on the internet that really can't be canceled for anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
anything. He can
Yeah.
say and do whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even think
Trust
so.
me, 50 has said a lot.
Wild things.
But I don't
bro.
think anybody can not be cancelled right now.
Oh,
Nah.
He will never say the things that will get him to
That's the
those
thing,
extremes.
he's saying it, no,
But he says a lot of wild things that will get other people cancelled.
Yes.
wait.
Yes.
No.
Nigerians to talk 3 days ago. Didn't you guys talk?
No, my point is, no.
No, Melody.
No,
Listen.
my point is he knows what to
See.
say that won't get him
No.
cancelled.
Listen.
He won't just.
Right.
I've
Listen.
been around 50 Cent G-Unit era. 50 has said
That was
everything.
then. That was
wild
then.
things.
So that was then.
But it's something
He
they
said
can-
it's not as wild
Bro,
now.
It's something they will cancel other people for.
It's something
Yes.
they can dig up and
So
think
do you
about.
think-
Nobody will cancel
Do you,
it.
90%
do you
of people.
think that if he goes against certain people and say certain things that people are, I don't want to like mention names.
First of all,
Not that one.
First of all,
Going against
Bro.
institutions.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
Melody. 50 Cent has said the wildest things.
Yes.
And
See,
again-
a lot of people can't say those things.
95% can't say.
and like what he said, 50 is
95.
very calculative. He doesn't look for trouble.
No.
But he said it. I've seen a clip like,
Yeah.
I don't want beef, but they want to bring beef.
I get.
Yeah.
That was that or not 97.
Yeah.
Not 97.
Yes.
Of course, I
Yeah.
said that,
Bruh.
but I feel
son.
that, but I think that is. I think I agree.
Yeah, it's different beasts.
50 Cent will just pick someone today
Yeah.
and just go at the
I
person.
think-
for-
I-
bro.
Do you know why I knew? Do you know why I knew he was calculating? He was very smart.
Yeah.
When Chameleonaire was very hot,
Yeah.
he was throwing
Yeah.
shots as Chameleonaire.
Yeah.
And Chameleonaire was cool. He wasn't
Uh-huh.
responding. So one day he met Chameleonaire and he said, "Did you know you messed up? That I was basically passing you the ball for you to become the next
Yo.
man, but you didn't want to take it."
Let me tell you that I'm an example of 50 doing that whole borrowed money thing. Bro, he was basically like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna mention the song. So basically what happened was we had just released my project Walk With Me, and it was #1 on the R&B charts, right? On iTunes. And we had like 3-4 days of it going crazy. Then, as time goes on, others
Songs.
come and so he was like, this is what we're gonna do, follow me. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing the internet, me and my manager looking like, yo, he's saying I owe money, he wants to break my face and blah 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 blah. So
Wrong
we're
with
like,
it.
oh my god, what the hell? So he called me laughing like, ha, yeah, just follow me, man. Look, I'm gonna say like 25 times you have the #1 album, but I'm gonna say I want to fight you. So just let it go. People are gonna try to research what I keep saying.
Can you imagine?
He was like, so yeah, you got 20, you got the #1 album. How can't you pay me back? You got the #1. Da-da-da. He kept saying it, and people kept streaming, and that's how they even discovered Love Rhythm. That's when Love Rhythm took off globally. Yeah.
Fair enough, bro. Thanks
Anyways,
for pulling up.
thank you for pulling
Thanks
up
for
on
pulling
us.
up.
Definitely looking forward to that album that drops next year now.
Yes.
Next
Next
year.
year.
You have
7.
a day for us?
No, we don't have a date yet.
Okay.
But it's coming very soon.
How many tracks?
Yeah.
9.
Oh,
9 songs.
What type of sound is it? Is it like typical Rotimi R&B? Afrobeat.
Afrobeats. I'm a piano
Global.
vibe. Classic row. Yeah, everything, man.
But still sexy Rotimi though.
Always, baby.
Still sexy Rotimi.
And when it succeeds, we're gonna blame it all on the internet. Thank you very much, bro.
Now that we're talking about the Peter Obi conversation and voting and what's going to happen when it comes to election season, don't forget it's a good time to remind you to ensure that you go out to cast your votes. Have that conversations with your friends and family members. Please, it's not enough to have this conversation on Twitter. We need to go out. We need to vote. We need to get our voters card. We need to vote our conscience. Vote the person that you think is right. Vote the person that you think can make a change. Please, we need to vote. Baby, oh.
Adewale, to establish Adewale and putting a rapper on it.
Which one's Adewale?
In the early part.
It's not an old song.
That's an old song.
It was on that water guy.
Adewale.
That project has moved
What's
on.
that voice? Jesus.
Huh?
Eh?
That project has moved on. We've moved on from that project.
That water guy.
Yes, no.
Yeah. I know. I was not like at the time. So that I was thinking.
The female,
At the time.
the female landscape is very funny and it's very exciting because it
Yeah.
looks as if the next big, there's a position up for grabs and you don't know who's going to win.
The female one
Yeah.
Yeah, like
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to win.
who's going to be the face of who's going to be that face. Tiwa has been the face for close to
Are
a
you saying we
decade.
still don't know till now?
No, you can't
No,
say
we don't.
because every week they have all of them bring out one new record.
I think for
And we know the two I'm talking about anyway.
Who are the two? Irasta.
Anybody who doesn't know the two doesn't.
Irasta
know
and
music.
Thames.
I think it's large. I think to a large extent because they still don't have the claim to the mainstream as Tiwa Savage does.
Yeah.
I think that's still the problem.
Of course, with all the years that Tiwa still
Tiwa's
does.
blessing was that she grew up in an era where for it to be successful, you needed a mainstream sound.
Yeah.
And also, she has consistently done this for years.
of course.
So
Yes.
that's also
she
a
has been there
factor.
with
The
the
time.
best of them.
Yes,
The Lizzy,
there's a
Olamides,
time
the
factor
Burna.
that those young girls are still they've not been able to meet up. to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think no, I actually don't even think that's even the case because I think she broke it out the gates. To be honest, what do you think it was?
Oh yeah, she broke out the gate,
Out the
but
gates.
but
Unlike
because-
the girls. Yeah, Tiwa.
yeah, but she
Unlike the girls,
Yeah,
yeah,
unlike
but
the
she
new girls.
don't forget that she
Ira
had
broke straight out of the gate.
No, she didn't.
But
But
you
when
know
I
she-
say out of the gates, Kele love and love me, bro.
Tiwa. So let me just say, like Tiwa first of all broke out the gate because she had killers behind her. You had
Fair.
T-Bills, you had CCO,
CCO Almond.
CC Almond.
Someone.
Yeah.
Those are not
Not
small
to play
boys.
with, yeah.
Those are not small boys. Also, Tiwa brought about a sexual revolution in Nigerian music for women.
Yep.
There was
The
a
reason
point
why
where
anybody
she
can
came
be naked now,
because
all of you want to deny is Tiwa.
Yeah.
When Tiwa came out, Kele Love,
When she
and
was dancing. They
I
brought
love
one
me.
video
Forget
Love Me,
Kele
Love Me,
Kele
Love
Love.
Me.
Remember the song
that-
Wanted?
no, before we got
That's
to
a
Wanted,
jam, though.
the
Before
first
we got to the Wanted,
the first
they banned
controversy,
the video, the video for Kele
But-
Kele Love, where she was.
the
And those
they
men.
love me when she had like this open
Yeah,
breast,
yeah.
and people were actually writing paragraphs.
Articles.
How a Nigerian woman can be opening her breast?
Articles upon
Nigerian men have been moving back
A
for
day
long
after
time.
her wedding, Tiwa took a bikini photo with her friend. Though, just it's not a photo shoot, just small BlackBerry, and there was another paragraph. A married woman should not be like this in bikini. Tiwa
on
had been-
Facebook.
Then Wanted now came out. Oh,
Hey.
That Wanted.
But that's a great
but me, I was happy because I was
He broke the
Tiwa
glass
just the
ceiling.
naked. Go.
She
The
broke-
naked. She broke the
Let me-
glass
she
for
broke the glass.
Why are
everybody.
you people like this?
Now-
Forget the.
Do
Forget,
you know the amount of men that desire that woman? What do you mean?
please,
The
can we
only
focus
dark
on
skin
the?
mommy water.
You just be naked for me. Like, are you
We are talking
serious?
about colorism.
Now-
Single-handedly.
Have you seen?
Change the narrative.
Have you seen Arasta's new Christmas skirt that they're putting on Instagram? It's because of Tiwa that they.
But
Yes,
you know the
actually,
funny thing. You know the funny thing.
Normalization of
This
some of
is
those
even
Yeah.
a conversation that we honestly need to even have because I remember the
Yeah.
post that Madonna put out.
No, Madonna's one is I beg.
On-
Wait,
on another
no,
level.
wait first. No, my point is no. I'm not even saying she
Madonna's
did.
time has gone.
I'm not saying she did. Oh God.
She's not looking for young Afrobeat guys to suck.
Can
her.
I speak?
You know, as a vampire, she's not going to Rema's concert.
A fireboy, beware,
Yeah,
beware,
yeah. So let me
beware.
suck. I just need one song. Let me just
Italian
suck their
witch.
blood.
Italian.
I get one, baby, calm down.
The,
I get one like I'm
the
done.
point I'm trying to make is, of course, Madonna did not go about it the right way. Yeah, the conversation. But the point is, we need to also talk about people who, shattered the glass ceilings. And
Obviously,
made
Madonna in her
something
prime
In her
shattered-
prime.
Madonna created the pop.
She-
What a
the-
pop
the-
star
Jonathan,
is.
she
What
created what
Rihanna in her
pop star is.
Rihanna in her
template.
heyday
Yeah,
is
was
basically
Madonna.
Black
And-
Donna.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that Rihanna could do these things and get the kind
Then
of
for
And
rap-
Rihanna was not even as
Mad.
lively as Madonna.
And for rap, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown.
Yeah,
So my point is that
and a lot of those women, even
Jesus
to be honest,
Christ.
a lot of Melody, a lot of the
Men
things that those
who
people
limit-
were able to do was because of Madonna.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, Madonna
that
brought
these
sexual
people,
liberation.
these people did these things. Like them Rihanna now, people are like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like they're standing her. She's even getting more love for those things than hate, maybe
Yeah,
on social media. But during the Madonna time, during them Tiwa time,
it
it
was
wasn't
constant.
beautiful
It was
to
very
do these things. Do you understand?
Tiwa-
It was like, are you
Tiwa-
serious?
Tiwa took so
Why would
many
you do
Ls.
that? She
Yeah.
took. Do you understand?
Even
So-
with the whole issue we are separating in that video, Tiwa has always been the forefront of I'm breaking this thing. So sometimes people criticize, people don't really
the
go
sort of a
back.
pioneer is so sad.
So
It's always so
it's the pioneer
sad.
effect.
It's
until
always so
she's-
sad.
Until it's all said and done, you're not like, enough for Tiwa,
tried.
man.
That's why the conversations need to happen because so that we won't have people going on interviews and saying I did it first.
No, some people already said it.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
So
what?
we need to constantly have
Tiwa-
that when it comes
Tiwa
to
took it
sexual
for everybody.
liberation,
What does this say?
Tiwa took it for everybody. She joined
When-
Maven, heard that go.
especially for the women. That sexual
Thames-
liberation energy.
Let's not walk around. The term said it.
That
And some people are trying to mansplain it for her. I don't understand.
said, what are we talking about now, please?
Understand? Everybody, the people that we know already are
Do
saying.
you want me to read it out for you?
Oh, the article.
Yes, now.
Oh,
They're trying to mansplain it for her that, she meant there was nobody doing it in her space. I'm like, what the fuck are you niggas saying? She's doing R&B. Are you saying nobody was doing R&B?
I think the only thing that happened to Tiwa is that she never got that. She has not still gotten her international hits because now it's until you get her international hits, people now start saying, "Oh, yeah, good."
Yeah, successful.
But
Yeah.
trust me, if you do a versus with Tiwa,
I'm
bro,
like, Coletto.
you
go collect.
you go collect.
You
actually.
go collect.
And
water. You go collect water.
and also at the time that she was doing like the music and she was at the forefront of the music, it was largely men dominating that scene.
Yeah.
Even though we had
She
some
really
women, we had
broke-
them or more, we meet them, of course,
yeah,
definitely.
but she broke out with that urban sound
Yeah.
and the female perspective of Afrobeat. She really
Yeah.
broke
and
it
the
down.
sexual part of it,
Yeah.
and science.
And at the time where it was very male dominated, she was top 3 at the time.
She was
Yeah,
top
she
three,
was
top
at the
four,
time.
No matter what.
when it was just men doing the
Top 3
thing.
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like-
shout out to Tiwa, man.
This was the
think
first
if-
woman that was
if
that got
Nigerians
that
are still going
MTV
to, like,
EMA
say top
something.
5 right now, a lot of people will still put her in the top 5.
Yeah, like if you're in an honorary position for like you're
yeah,
like
put it in the
Tiwa.
top 5.
Tiwa held it down consistently for a lot of women.
What's that EMA thing? It was the first female together. Is it MTV
Yeah,
EMA?
best African actor, the EMAs.
Yes. So, yeah.
I mean,
But now we have ladies wearing them short skirts. God, did you see that skirt that
Arasta.
Ira Star wore during her Apple Live?
No.
Hey, God.
See,
That's the next one I'm wearing.
see, and this is to Maven
Has
guys.
to be that
If
short.
Maven fumble and Star will kill them because
They can't.
that cultural reset that Tiwa brought is
They are
what
just running with. They
Ira
are running
Star
with.
is
Is running on.
running.
But do you know how ridiculous it is that years after
Bro,
creating that Tiwa Savage
Arasta
template?
wears things that are more scandalous than Tiwa. And
Bruh.
nobody bats an eyelid because Tiwa.
I don't.
Nobody
make
bats
it
an
normal.
eyelid. But
Bro.
guys, but do you know how wild it is that the same people that gave us the Tiwa template, fast forward to years after, nobody could do it and they had to come back to do it again?
Arasta is showing cheeks, bro.
Bro,
Bare cheeks.
bare
Can you
cheeks,
leave
man.
that shit to talk about the music?
No, we're not.
No.
Because they're not focused on the real thing.
My
They're not focused on the real
so
thing.
the point is, so the
Because
reason
anybody can sing song,
Bro.
but nobody can wear tongue.
Facts,
Bars,
actually.
bars.
And look good.
Yes.
Oh my
Look
God.
good. See their hair.
Did you hear that?
Arasta will shake her hair like this.
Everybody-
The hair will
Oh my
just stay
God.
there. That's what they call bone
He dey
straight.
rush.
Bone straight. He
Oh,
dey
rush.
can we talk about what Mavins did?
What happened to Maven?
What did they do?
That they created the first template of like the most. Like
I don't
the,
think they're the first time Tiwa. I think they just took on what.
No.
what-
was
I'm not
the
saying. I'm not
successor
saying they
of them
used
at
it.
them?
I'm not saying. I said the first people that created the templates with
Yeah.
Tiwa Savage.
Yeah.
Fast forward to years after, they had to beat. They was still the same record label and the same people that had to come back to give us the.
I think you first give props to T-Bills. T-Bills is the original creator of
Yes,
Tiwa
definitely the original.
templates.
Definitely.
That was
Yeah.
T-Bills.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I saw what you're saying,
same
Don
label,
Jazzy
yes,
Connect.
the same label. Don Jazzy again has to. So during that Tiwa Savage, before we got the Ira Star,
See, Arasta just needs one Gen Z movie where she's the hero of that
she's
film.
already the hero. That's
No, but she needs a movie like.
So, like, cultural impact.
No, I'm,
Yes.
just, I'm just trying to say that she's.
let her
already
just
the
get
hero.
one body like you know how most wanted whoever watched
Do you
Most
see her
Wanted,
waist? That episode doing.
that guy's 20.
See, when that girl, how old is she?
she's 20.
Okay, we're not
So
talking about her anymore. Well, I just want to say,
you
by
can't
the time-
pass that.
By the
level.
time she's 20,
That's supposed to be me. I can't see her waist is beautiful. I can see.
By
we
the
don't,
time-
we don't know her intentions for her.
Her waist
you
is.
are LGBTQ.
You have red hair and carries you. We don't trust you.
Don't want to marry her.
We don't trust you. We've been hearing that Lagos lesbians are very wild too.
Do you know that, guys? I'm going to tell you this: from a girl to a guy. What's the problem? I should look at this camera. I should not look at this one. There's nothing here. What was I doing since?
Look at you.
I didn't know the
Look
camera.
at the gallery.
Anyway, guys, take it from me to you.
Yes.
The people you should be worried about when it comes to your girl right now.
Actually, that's a fact.
I'm not saying Lagos because Lagos boys we already know the game is not that.
When
The
you have money and you
women.
have pasta, what did you give for?
The women are the ones coming for your girl.
I went to a
Listen.
club once. This was many years ago.
What
This
what
was
do you-
When you have money and you have
pasta. What do you need game for?
That's why you're not saying rubbish. But
That's
you get
true, though.
game. What do you mean by that?
Agatha for you know, see, we carry Okada, bro.
And like it's even the,
But what you said was true because this was even this thing
the
has
girls
happened
are the ones
many years
taking
ago.
your babes now.
This was probably 2012, 13.
I know these girls. They are soft. They are
There was
warm.
a club,
unlike
club
Nigerian
called,
men.
called Roadrunner. It's off Island. I put up there one night. All the bodies were with studs. All the bodies there were with studs. I'm telling you. I'm like, it's over. This is the apocalypse. Like,
They are the ones taking your girls now. And they have game. They have money. They have everything.
I beg, it will be fine.
And they can
We'll be fine. At
make
end
the
of
women come. So
At the end of the day. we'll
I'm
be fine.
loaded.
what are you loaded with? Can you make? Can you make the women come?
But the new Naira will make them
Let me
come.
tell you something.
The new Naira will make them come.
Which of the naira? Is it the
one that has
currency
BBL.
or the one on
The BBL one that
Wizkid
Emefiele is
album?
bringing. You know it's BBL now. Awolowo is a baddie on this new Naira note. So forget that one.
Let me tell you something, Melody. I've been trying. But let me tell
Excuse
you
me,
something.
excuse
It
me,
doesn't
it's
matter. I'm 30 plus.
It's
If
hard.
you like, my cum is my headache. Your own.
What's
is
that?
your
What's
headache.
that great Nigerian song? I come, you don't come, you don't
Baby, I know
come.
come. Oh,
That guy is bars.
you know come.
Bars.
How come
Baby,
Bele
I
come?
That should be in the back of. That should be in Ugo see Ugo. That should be a jam question. Biology.
Like, what does that even mean? I don't come.
Bam.
Baby, I don't come. You don't come. How come Bele come?
Therefore, find XYZ.
He's doing therefore fine.
I love Nigerian music. Somebody from somewhere one day will just come and say rubbish and you go enter.
Real rubbish.
Q
Real
dots.
rubbish.
Yeah.
Real like
Shout out to
around
Q dots,
nonsense.
Q dots just create songs, say wild shit.
Shout out to people who like send us messages, tag us to things, asking us to say this, say that. Totally appreciate
What
it.
are you telling to say now?
Please,
Before
if you
we
have,
go ahead, I
Yeah.
just want to say something about Ira Star. By the time she's 21, I'm going to be able to say some wild shit. Maybe not wild shit, but you know what I mean. Anyway, you people should we should be aware when that girl adds like, if that girl adds like 10 kg, it's over.
she's not about the internet.
You know what I mean?
Like that.
Too.
She needs. I'm saying, man, they should stop seeing her as a singer. Look at her as an entertainer, straight up.
And
That girl-
her stage performance is, I don't know what she's talking about, but her stage performance is wild. She acts like she's ready. It was at Johnny Juice concert. She just stunned her waist. I'm like, hey,
She's ready.
God.
She knows.
I was the way they carry me, they go. Drop
She knows
me,
how to- She knows how to
I was start, drop me, oh.
communicate with the camera.
Drop this way they carry me, go. I don't know.
Sex appeal. You know where I saw that girl?
Yeah.
The video for Best Indeed. You are the best. Indeed.
Jesus. That
Oh,
video,
yeah.
that video changed everything.
That's not the
That video.
Go back to Bloody Samaritan, the performance video. When the sax was playing, that sax solo. Or
I've not seen the performance video.
Is in a garage.
What song?
Yeah.
Bloody Samaritan.
Okay,
Where she had red hair.
When there was a break, in the song where she stopped singing and see her performance. That's why I knew that. Don Jazzy, you go find this one.
You fight this one.
This one don't graduate.
I see
Don't
she came
graduate.
ready. Guns blazing.
When I watched that video, I was like, oh, Nika!
Oh no, you come back.
Orúkọ ẹnìyẹn náà.
Oh my lord.
I was like, oh, Nika,
What-
Bapa mi jọ.
But she's the real shit. Another chick I like also, because that one is just a wild sound bending baby. is Amari. Amari is
No, Mary is another level. Nobody can do what she
Amari
does.
is.
What do you guys think about the conversation that people sometimes have about how she sounds the same?
She doesn't sound the same.
doesn't.
So my problem with people is a lot of people don't have.
So I saw a tweet where someone said, "Oh, Amari sounds the same on all her songs,"
That person doesn't listen to her well.
and I'm like, "Bro,"
no, I
Don't
think,
even listen to herself.
no, I think the people.
and I guess tiring.
You know, we need to stop assuming that everybody listens to music like we do.
Yeah.
One.
Yes.
So a lot of people can only hear one thing when they
Yeah.
listen to music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Now
why
one
a lot-
dimension and they are listening.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, for example, what sticks with them is what sticks with them.
Yeah.
With a person like Amari, it's very easy to focus on her voice.
Yeah.
yes.
So that's why a lot of people will tell you that Ashake is singing the same thing. He's
No,
not.
the flows are bro.
They are different.
different.
It's just the style, the
It's the
technique.
style. It's the technique he's using that you are confused
That
with.
you are confusing with the style of music
And maybe the
and the
beat
flow.
that comes with
No, the beats are not even the same.
Listen to those beats.
the
well.
tempo.
The tempo is not the same.
No, it's just the style that they are
It's the
hooked on.
style. When people hold on to your style, they tend to just. That's why a
Amari,
lot of
is it
people.
the style?
Remember,
Is it
a lot of
just
old
the
people at the time they would say Lil Wayne sounds the same on all tracks.
Or come on.
Come On.
Does the same. No, listen to them well.
No,
But Amari though, is it just the style?
no, it's the
Texture of her
style.
voice.
The texture of her voice.
What
is
about the
style.
tempo?
Have you
can
listened
go
to her
first.
album?
Actually, I
Have you
think I
forgotten
have.
that great
Me, I'm just
that
just
great
trying to play
alter record she was on?
advocate.
Rapid Fire?
I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate to get where they are
Momo.
coming from. But I
Yes.
totally
Amari-
agree that
Amari-
She's been loading for
No,
a
that's
while.
a verse in Santi's song.
I thought Santi was going to go to the moon after that song.
When I heard that, I was like, "Who is?"
We were in the
this
office where that song, you remember? We
bro.
were in the office where that song dropped.
Every time I watched that, I'm like, bro.
I thought Santi was going to the moon after that song.
he's still going to the moon.
you still going to the Mazis stop going.
Does Suberu sound like Onipantu? That's the moon.
That's outer space.
Fuck shit. Shout out to them.
I
Man.
love that song.
I love it. I love
I
it.
love that
He
song.
actually has one on TikTok that I have not yet released. I've forgotten the name. Yeah, a lot
But
of-
it's already on TikTok.
it's already on TikTok. You just pushed it there like that.
Voila.
Yeah.
But the problem with those boys is the one that you have, that everybody knows that if you drop like this, at least people in your circle will like it. Yeah, fuck shit. Even though you are saying rubbish on it, they go.
What's your tea?
What's
What's your tea?
Subaru boy?
no.
We retouch me. We retouch. Like everybody know.
Melody was at the homecoming where
We
he
were
performed.
there when the performance dropped,
Yeah.
bro.
You were there.
No, the other one, the recent one.
Oh no, I was.
Yeah.
No. That one-
Melody was shocked because I knew when he was about to perform. I knew that this place is good.
Bro, the first time, the
I was just
first
saying,
homecoming,
please don't match me.
Oh, yeah, you must pit there. You're doing.
the first
I was
homecoming,
like-
the first
Homecoming.
homecoming, I told we were
that one
there.
they perform. That one the DJ just played it.
I told Excel, when the song drops, just watch, bro. People were coming. It was about to rain.
Yeah,
You remember?
you ran that night also.
It was about to rain. The kids were walking. They just say,
Rain,
"Dun, dun, dun, dun."
wait.
Oh more, yeah, just me. People were singing it word for word,
Word.
bro.
like no.
Where's the marketing? Where is the promo?
He's on tour right now. I think we all do sing though. They're in Europe somewhere.
Put some money behind that fucking song. Like,
The way you touch me song.
yes. Shoot a video,
I'm
bro.
still waiting for like an hotel body to even come out. Like a proper hotel body.
Shoot a video at least.
Wait. I'm going to come back to this hotel body thing. But before we move on from the conversation, so just to finalize what we're talking about, how people consume music. So for people that are saying that Amare sounds the same, you guys should listen to the songs again. You know,
Yes, please do.
listen to the songs again, and it's just the voice texture.
No one Amare song sound like Ness actually.
None.
one.
It's just the
Also,
voice
side note,
texture.
That girl's knowledge of rap music.
What?
When she tweets rap review, I'm like, I was want to ask, like,
That
how
girl
old are you?
listens to some fucking crazy things.
She'll rap about OG. She'll talk about OG in the South. I'm like,
and it shows in the way in the
The
technique.
flows.
yeah, and it flows, yeah. She's not, she's
What was the song? Don't worry about the body count, let the body back. Bro, did you see the
What that song would have done for Sexual Revolution?
Bro,
That was a
bro.
That's my problem with hotel people.
They like
They sabi dribble, but they finish it. Oh, you have to score.
what do you get?
I say now, yeah.
Over the bar, go. Which kind of people?
Empty net, phone tapping,
Tapping, just
that's oh my gosh over the bar.
Oh, yeah.
They move on like I don't know. I've never seen creative
And that
moments
song,
like that.
what that song would have done for
The entire EP,
what that song would have done for Deto Black's career.
Baba, wicked sexy.
Deto Black,
That was a ridiculous
Deto Black could have been
song.
the other version of what's that
Beggar.
name? Of Ayasta. Just the rapping version.
Fair enough.
Simple. Because when I
That
hear
song was hard.
it's too hard.
Song was hard.
Too fucking hard.
It could have penetrated. Even though wicked sexy might not have been able to, body counts could have.
Yeah, body count, because everybody knows body count. Like, you get
Yes,
the
it's
concept.
really-
Body
Relatable,
counts
yo.
could have.
And you just see girls start saying that. Don't
Yeah, don't worry about your
Yeah, body count.
Like you become the moment a song like that become is and
It's
again
become an
like they
anthem.
use as Instagram caption, it's over.
it's over.
But you never got there
It's
because
gone.
like how do you move on from a song? There was not one video like and do you know the wildest thing about that EP? It's just 12 minutes long.
And that EP is mad.
That EP is crazy.
Fire, fam.
From track 1 to track 7.
But shout out to them, sir. I guess that's what they like, Shabo. It is what it is.
I see what you're saying, and I also feel like for a movement to have that kind of fan base, there's so much that you could have done with it.
Yeah.
So much you could
At
have
one
done
time, they had this country by the balls. Everybody was waiting for what would these
The
boys
next
do
thing,
next.
like
What?
that's why Rapid Fire took off like that because it was the first time where
But unfortunately,
they got to sub-mainstream level.
somebody now sang, "I'm getting jealous," and
It's
they
over.
just returned the,
Put on.
they reset the whole industry.
And then one person did why you gonna why I don't want
The other guy now did the baby.
to maybe see
One guy now did Rob Baby. Those three were the killers of our time.
They're like, you know what? We'll go again.
I don't think it's over for them, Sha.
It's not over for them.
Because of the world we live in.
Yeah.
It takes one TikTok moment.
Yeah, and a lot of people still love
Actually.
them. A lot of people still love them because they represent creativity, freedom, and expression, which
Yes.
every young person still wants.
Yes, and also breaking the status quo. Like
Yeah.
imagine them doing it without the usual modus
to.
operandi,
Yeah.
doing it on their own.
I'll forever think someone like Anodusi is still like he has a lot of in-depth like brilliance.
Yeah.
On this EP that I dropped now, there was a song on it that I still like. I can't remember the title again. I don't know.
Shout out to them.
I don't know what they just need to rejig the work ethic and they need to reimagine
Yeah.
things.
They need
That's
to
all.
really work hard. That's the
They need
issue.
to work hard. That's all.
What's popping in music apart from Star?
Come on, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, man.
Doesn't matter. What do you guys think about Wizkid's album?
I've said it, man. Just go to the Niger way.
Oh,
You put it up and you hailed me. So don't be
I
doing
hailed
two-face.
you, but talk about our podcast.
Oh, yeah, I did
now.
two-face. Oh, I'm on this podcast. Terms and conditions.
Do you understand? So tell us about the album. Asiri Substacking. Asuni Esoron Bibai.
See.
Elishe Mejeji.
Everybody's going to
Avenue.
feel anyway. So if you are a mainlander, you are not going to like the album.
What's this
If you're-
segregation?
Yes.
But when the
not
mainlander.
segregation.
That's
If your
bad.
passport has been stamped, very well, you're going to love this album because it represents the idea of what people abroad think of Lagos. Within Lekki, Via, and Ikoyi, soft life, softer women, fast cars. The smoke is excellent. The strain of weed is excellent. Igbo. So
Books.
when we say more love, let's go. His love is not a gay love. Like let's love the world. Let's love the baddies. Baddies will love this album. Die.
Yeah.
You know, and this reflects his state of mind. Whiskey cannot be following Ashake to drag #1 song of the year. He cannot be doing that right
There's
now.
no
Because these boys out here, they are demons. They will smoke him. Anyhow you want them, Baba,
they
we'll
have
give
more
it to him.
hunger than he does.
They have more hunger now. Baba, look at his first single when he dropped it. They gave him a day. After a day, I beg, come on the charts. I beg. There's no. So this is kind of album that suits Wizkid, suits Black Britain very well.
Yeah.
This is a Black British album. We in Nigeria, we just understand. Say, now for us, we'll now use Asake to shock it and Young John and the hair. But it's alright. I give it 3/5.
That song with Naira Marley and Skepta, what do you think?
Shout out to Skepta.
I like a few songs on it. I have a few more things to say about the album, and I think I'll just reserve it for Facts Only tomorrow.
Yeah, deserve it too.
Like, because
But shout out to Purple though. You know, Purple has been reigning in Nigerian music.
Shout out to Omale.
Shout out to Gucci. Shout out to Psycho YP. All Purple albums.
popular.
All
Meanwhile,
Purple
that's
albums.
YP album.
Yeah.
Psycho
That's
YP's
no Psycho
album.
YP is dope.
Psycho
He's a
YP's
beast
album.
now.
Psycho YP is dope.
Oh, God.
It's dope.
I think that's his best album, by the way. YP Season 3.
Shout
I
out
think
to
that's his
him.
best album.
Back to what you were talking about.
So Whiskey's album.
Mhm.
Baba DOK. He's just announced his North American.
The long and
tour.
short, the long and short of it is. Number one, I think he was going for more Nigerian effects on this album.
For real.
I think he was
Yes.
trying to balance with more, yeah.
I
With
think
a
so
lot of
too.
things that were popping out here. I think
I think could have used the Ira Star more though. You should have leaned more into Gen Z with her.
I'm not sure about that song either.
And but I said you should have used that more.
Yeah.
That lean into our Gen Z crowd than you bringing her up to.
To your own
Like
crowd.
what Jay-Z did with The Weeknd on Take Care, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's I was going to get there actually with how people need to tap into like new sounds, like sounds that nobody is working on. So I'm talking about this album, and like for example, there's a lot more Nigerianism on this album than Made in Lagos.
Yeah.
I
way
think so
more.
too. Yes, I think so.
Like Made in Lagos was like a lot more R&B. This is a
Bro,
lot
when you
more
hear
pop.
Casamigo,
For
From
Miami
Miami
Goes.
I think it was
Like,
more intentional with
there's
doing
a lot,
that.
there are a lot of songs where they put long drums and long drums to where in it.
just to be safe, because if you not walk over there, if you shock out again
Exactly.
for Zoya, be waiting on that color. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it also shows that the guy is very aware.
Oh no,
Essentially.
Weezy doesn't sleep on Twitter.
I think it shows that he's very, very aware. But it's very easy to just gloss over the album and forget, to be honest. It's quite easy. You can easily gloss over it and forget it if you're not careful.
I think if you're speaking about highlight albums of the year, you might say
You might overlook it.
might not, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
some boys have dropped
I've
bangers.
dropped like
Yes.
proper good albums.
I think
You might
a
overlook
very
it.
dope version of the album he was trying to make. No, I would say very dope, but in terms of sound, you listen to CK's album.
Yeah.
CK gets that shit.
Sad
Maybe because
romance.
he's a producer.
I think so. That's another thing that I was going to get to. So I feel like P2J got the groundwork of the
Yeah.
album, but the crowning moments and the Nigerianism to crown it off.
But shout out to
He
Tay
didn't have
also,
it.
because Tay
Tay did some things.
Did
on
some
the
writing, yes,
songwriting.
yeah.
Tay was
Yeah,
something.
but I feel like the overall point of the album, like the background was there, but the crowning
Yeah,
glory.
the
Do you
knockouts.
understand? I feel like if you had worked with a lot more people that understood, okay, what this guy has done, okay, add to it, finish it, maybe like a P Prime or Feels.
P Prime's on the album.
P-Prime's on the album.
No, I know he produced one song. Produced one song. Like I'm talking walking across board now.
Yeah.
Like walking across board to balance it
Like a
out.
general, just overseeing everything.
Exactly.
Like what 40 does for Drake.
Thank you. So Drake would work with other producers. 40 will listen to it and they'll then perfect
For it's perfect.
Yeah.
Mix and master
Perfect
to that
things.
perfect
Yeah.
the
level. they want.
mixing.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It'll perfect everything. I feel like this album lacked a little bit of that. And at the end of the day, but the good thing about like the music industry these days, Wizkid has so much fan base. He has so much goodwill that if one or two songs mistakenly blow from the album, the conversation
And I feel
will
like
change.
it's also like a social blunder for you to say this Wizkid album is not good because everybody looks at you in the room like, what
How?
the my nigga just did the Apple Music Live. Look at the
Yo.
whole fucking. Was
But
performing the whole album.
I also think that performance, I feel like there's a thing with Wizkid when he performs his songs. I think it gives people more.
It's just
He
performance.
doesn't have to do anything.
It's intimacy, right?
Yeah. If you like, after listening to the performance, you're like, oh, this song.
But did you see
ah.
Arasta that performance?
You're like,
But,
this
you know,
song.
it's-
I didn't really
it's-
listen to
it's
it well.
It's become a running strategy now, right?
What's that?
Do you guys know that?
Yes, not the girl thing.
The girl thing.
No.
Which one?
The last album was YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes. Now Apple
Because you
Music.
can't play on the level of I just drop album to the link. This
Yeah.
now the world is seeing what special thing are you doing?
Yeah.
So he has to. You do Madison Square tomorrow, I think.
But shout out to him though.
It just shows how Nigerian artists are also it shows that it's very hard to maintain superstar.
And I also
Very
think
hard.
that
It's very hard.
it's also changing the conversation about how we do promotion for music, because a lot of times people
You
think
have to get creative with it.
people
But
think that there's
but-
only one way to do like
But with his
promotion.
budget, it's not.
But the way he moves with his own
it's not
promotion is
Melody,
always
please, can
just
you
like
help me
it's not.
put this on TikTok? It's
It's
not.
not ep.
It's not gonna have budget.
Is
Will
it?
call you, how much is your money? Hello, where?
But you buy 6 cars in one day. Every
Bruh.
7 cars. bro. Flex.
Like, these are not beans cars. Oh.
These are not beans cars.
What do you guys think about the Yoruba tax agenda in the music industry?
That's the
That
greatest
was
myth
it.
ever.
That was trending a couple of.
And that myth has been there since.
Someone sent in a message asking us, said, "I'll be happy if you guys can have conversations about the Yoruba tax
This
agenda."
is going to be a teaser, by the way.
This one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I
Might be
heard
one
that,
of our teasers.
okay.
If a lot of people have been. I wanted to do a facts only on it, but
People have been asking about the Yoruba
Yeah,
tax
I was-
conversation.
you know, the first time I heard about this thing was
Yeah.
from Onyeka Owenu.
Jesus.
This is how far back it goes. She said, "How can they celebrate Sunny Ade and they celebrate Fela Kuti, but they don't celebrate them?" But
Celebrate them.
I'm like, they from the other side of other parts of the
Other parts
country.
of
But I'm like,
Okay.
excuse me, man, yeah, Onyeka Owenu. If today Nigeria ceases to exist and say, let us rank the greatest female artists Nigeria has ever had, you are number one on this.
But that I think that also is a problem. Tolani listens to also a person in your
No,
phone.
I'm just giving a history.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving a historical overview.
No, I also
Then-
not respond to that. Sorry, okay. Do you think that when they're mentioning the greats, like you said, female artists, they'll mention Onyeka Owenu.
Yeah.
But should it have to be female?
No.
If-
Okay, then I was
should
saying. I
I also think they're mentioning like, no, I don't think you are wrong. I think they will, if it's were for the female categories, but if they were to rank without using the female categories, how many people remember to put Onyeka Owenu in that
for me, that
conversation
so the
with
thing
them
is that
one and the rest of them?
Oyeka came in a period of Nigerian music where they started copying the Western style of 3 verses chorus. You cannot look at King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey. Let's leave the men. You can look at Queen Salawa Abeni, who at 14 had an album that sold 1 million copies, right? And the way they produce albums and now say Oyeka is better than them because they have done more. Oyeka is in the greatest Hall of Fame. We know that. But bro, you didn't create any sound. You didn't promote any genre of music. You didn't. Basically, you are a huge forerunner of Tiwa Savage. Let's just put it that way. That's what you are.
Pop stardom.
When it comes to pop stardom, you in the 80s you can't say anybody's bigger than you. Probably Chris Okoti, But you are the madam. But when you now go back to our indigenous genres of music, those guys will kill you. Because the work ethic, these people were creating sounds.
So it's not even it's more because of the impact that those ones had.
Yes,
okay.
It's not that.
Melody.
So, sorry, in the
say.
contemporary version, so there was this award ceremony called the Headies. P Square, the first edition, these are very, very weird people.
2005.
The first edition, they created the record. They won like 5 or 6. They cleaned it out. Shut it down.
The year of Melody.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this.
2008, they now dropped the album. I think
Game
it was,
Over.
is it Game Over or Dangerous, whatever.
Game over.
Blanked. They
They
didn't
didn't
win
win
anything.
anything.
It was so bad that they were meant to perform. At the backstage, they said they're not going to perform. That is wrong. And then has turned into a Yoruba Music Awards. That is what they say.
Listen to that.
Yes, because they lost. But they did not know that 2 years ago, they cleaned out. Oh. I think apart from Clarence Peters, Judokoye has the highest number of wins for Best Director at the Headies. But when you decide to play the tribal card, you always want to play the victim. So it now became a thing of, oh yes, Yoruba people in the music industry. Granted, Lagos originally is a Yoruba state, but it's now more of a metropolitan city. Right? I don't believe that, I think if you look at Lagos has welcomed more non-indigens or non-Yoruba people than any state in this country.
Facts.
Yes, facts.
Pasuma cannot go to Abia State and create a hit record.
Facts.
Nowhere.
Facts.
Fino came to Lagos. You don't understand what Fino... He said East Coast nigga banging in the West. Bro, I don't think Seriki or Naira Marley them, if they go to the East,
You can succeed.
they have that fan base. So
Listen to this melody.
a lot
not
of people
there.
just think that, there's this shit going on. I know because of Ashake's recent rise, they want to now bring that shit up. But Ashake is a 1 in a million. Ashake is a freak of nature. Let's just put it that way.
And once every 5 years, sort of have them.
Okay,
Yes.
but just
Once
to
every
respond to
3 to
what
5
both
years.
of you were talking about, where you said that, no, I've forgotten the question. Two questions.
This way?
No. The recent one where you said that, okay, these guys cannot go to like Igbo speaking states. What did you mention? Seriki them, like
Yeah,
take for example, Seriki them.
Yeah.
They cannot go to Igbo speaking states and have the kind of run-ins
Yeah.
that them Fino have had in Lagos.
Is Olamide as big as Fino in this? Has Olamide, wait, Melody. Has Olamide ever been as big as Fino in the South?
So he claims that they love him in the East, but I know that Fino is more of a son of the soil.
But was there a time that was there 1 year that Fino was hotter than Olamide here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
No gods, no glory.
The point I was
Honest
trying to
nigga
make,
moving.
the point I was trying to make with that is the reason. Can you not say that the reason those guys, when they go to the East, they cannot attain the kind of success that Olamide or the rest or the Igbo guys have attained here? It's not because of ethnicity. It's more because those people don't even have the capital, or they don't even have the crowd that we have here in Lagos.
No.
That's
Acceptance has a different with commercial value.
Let me
Can they even get that kind of commercial value in those kind of states? Are they as commercial as
So
Lagos?
the underlying problem is the way Nigeria is structured. 80% of what happens in Nigeria is in Lagos.
Exactly. That's my point. That even those places, they don't even have the,
It's not
they
like-
don't even
it's
have
not
the
like America
commercial value that Lagos has.
So Jada Kiss once said something that how come I'm not as hot in the
In
West,
Atlanta.
where I'm not hot in
New York.
the way I'm hot in New York. There are so many different markets.
Different markets, and
But
it's even-
And
Nigeria,
you
the
can
problem-
succeed
it's
in
even a
one
big-
state in America and
be
be
okay.
great.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Currency, for example. You can be hot in Philadelphia and the DMV or whatever and be fine.
Before Wiz Khalifa blew with hot and black and yellow,
Yeah.
he was the biggest artist in his region. He was doing 30,000
Capacity
shows
venues.
without a hit record in America.
And that's the era of year you see. Yeah.
But now in Nigeria, it doesn't work that way. Everybody has to come to Lagos, no matter what. Even the Lagos artist finds it hard to break in Lagos.
And the good thing, even about that market, is even though you are big in certain regions, if you really want to become a superstar and dominate, you will wake up in the morning from Atlanta and fly to Breakfast Club to go and do interview.
They don't burn anywhere.
Because that's how it works.
And guess what? Even you go to Breakfast Club doesn't mean you're a superstar in America. It's until you get to Ellen DeGeneres' couch,
Exactly.
where white soccer moms are looking at you,
And they know you because their children listen to you.
Then you know you've blown in America.
I want to read something to you guys
Mm-hmm.
that I wrote on that day. I said, tribalism exists, yes. Tribal favoritism exists, yes. But the whole concept of Yoruba tax is based off the non-Yoruba music lover tendency for insecurity and false victimhood. Their bias is usually towards non-Yoruba acts because they feel these guys are underdogs. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like they feel like the bias of people that started this Yoruba tax thing, they feel like anybody that's not Yoruba is an underdog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how football world usually shout on Salah's excellence?
Yeah.
Because he's the bigger and better footballer in favor of Mane.
Yeah.
And wanted to force us to ignore Mane's obvious deficiencies and Salah's obvious strength.
Everybody loves
And
the underdog.
exhaust Mane's occasional brilliance and Salah's consistent excellence.
Everybody
You
loves the
understand?
underdog.
Right? That is what is happening here. And to those people, if you point out Mane's obvious weakness, they can't see them. They are so attracted to Mane and they can't see his weaknesses. Neither can they see the strengths of Salah.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, but sorry. That's where the problem is. To non-Yoruba music lovers, they are keen at the underdogs.
Yeah.
And it's the case of the natural human disposition to needlessly elevate the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
So when there comes a time that the underdog is truly thriving, they want to place it over the success of the Yoruba competitors
Mm-hmm.
because they are more attracted to the story of the underdog. So anytime remotely
You must
the
find,
underdog succeeds on the same level, they want to put the underdog.
it's
there.
like you must find a reason why these people are not succeeding.
Thank
and
you
the
very
easiest thing to grab onto is, it's tribalism.
Before I go ahead, you remember when people were saying Mastercraft I didn't want producer of the year, they had this
Yeah.
Yes.
because of Yoruba tax.
Yes.
That conversation
That's-
happened earlier in the year.
Yes, it
terrible.
did.
It happened
Yeah,
earlier
it
in the
did.
year.
Yes, it did. It did.
You guys are the most stupid fucks I've ever listened to in my life. You're so stupid.
How many
fucks.
Yoruba producers have even won producer of the year?
Melody, I'm not joking. This shit pisses me off because you people have zero analytical mind. I need you to shut the fuck up. Listen, wait.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't give a fuck. You guys are going to listen. You are one of the reasons why this country is never going to prosper.
Yeah, tribalism is a serious
It's
issue.
a problem.
You guys are so fucking
problem.
stupid. You think you are better than our parents. You are not. You are just worse.
You are not at
You even
all.
have bigger platforms. You are so fucking.
Our parents
stupid
have
people.
Twitter and Instagram.
You are such fucking dumb niggas, right? You are not analyzing the part where producer of the year Melody is a conversation of one person in a year. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you rank top 10 Nigerian producers of all time, Mastercraft might be there.
Of course.
But
Would
that's
be there.
because of every year
He's
he's good enough.
accumulated.
So accumulation of his
Yeah.
body of
Yes.
work.
But did he dominate?
Did he
for him
dominate
a
an entire year?
No.
Do you understand?
How many songs?
And Killer Tunes, for example, won producer of the year 2 years ago. Is Killer Tunes on the same pedestal as Mastercraft?
So
He's the greatest
his own
producer.
problem that he's judging the own value of.
Do you understand?
Music,
You are not thinking.
So that's the thing. They are judging the value based on the yearly thing that comes out with the album, that comes out with the award shows, as opposed they're judging using his entire career
As
and the entire
opposed to
season,
what the
1
award
year.
shows judge, which is the person that has the biggest impact or the highest number of hits in a year.
Yes. Yes.
Now, who are also thriving and possibly thriving on a higher level, instead of telling their kin to follow the same path as the Yoruba person took in order to achieve a similar level of success, they want to blame it all on Yoruba tax. That is the simple problem here. They don't ask questions. They are slaves to the natural tendency to support underdogs. And when someone sees the situation logically, they see you as a tribalist. They want to force everybody to think like them, but we can't all be logical. That's what AOT answered there.
Bro.
That's what AOT answered there. I remember a time when people, Eriga, you're my guy. I love you so much, my brother.
Yeah, I met
You and
Eriga
listen
at
to
Mainland Block.
I love you so much.
I remember when Eriga put up the same conversation. I went to pause this screenshot. I say, Eriga, how many lists have you been on pause? You're not claiming they don't fuck with you.
Do you understand?
No, yes, but the thing is, I get where we are all coming from, like the conversation, which is the actual truth. But do we also understand how these people's sentiments can be riled up?
No, it's not.
No, this
I
segment is
don't.
wrong.
It's stupid.
If you as an Easterner or a Southerner in South, you find Lagos hard, trust me, the Lagosian find
They
Lagos
find it
It's
hard.
just as hard. I don't think anyone
And-
will play any artist music and say because of your Yoruba.
And also,
I
the
don't think
artists
so.
who have cracked Lagos markets are always not. I don't come out to say, "Oh, Omo, we cracked Lagos market." Shout out to them. Ajabo hustlers are big, man. Forget what
Bro,
you're saying.
they're Port Harcourt boys.
They're paid, bro.
Omale.
Bro, I don't think
Rema
Lagos.
is Benin boy.
I don't think Lagos.
Somebody said Rema is doing such amazing things in different countries. Why are we not talking about it every morning when we wake up?
I'm going to get to that part too.
Oh, that's because all the stuff you see. First of all, you don't have the fan base.
And
of
somebody
release.
said because
First
it's
of
not,
all,
Kuzma said because it's not Yoruba.
no,
Yes.
Kuzman is. I blocked him, and I hope you are listening to this because fuck you. But what I'm saying,
going to, before you go ahead, stop talking about music. Shut
You don't
the
know
fuck up. You don't know it.
you're a Twitter influencer. Just
shut the fuck up.
Just do. Oh, if your husband makes 50K
Shut the
and the
fuck
wife
up.
makes up 500K,
I'm
who
sure if they ask you why CK is not as popular as Whiskey in Nigeria, you're going to say it's because it's not Yoruba.
bro,
Are you dumb?
You don't know these demographics, my brother. You don't know anything about this thing.
Melody, the reason is because is Calm Down one of the biggest Nigerian songs of the year? Is it as big as any Ashake song? Any Ashake single this year?
No.
Which one is
Calm Down.
Calm down,
Down.
Rema? No.
Is it as viral as any of Ashake song this
No.
year? Boy, does it have more numbers on DSPs?
On YouTube, I think
On
so.
DSPs generally?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I would just. It's simple
For
as
different
this.
reasons.
Because of the foreign
As
audience, I latched onto it. Simple as that.
Wait, no.
shout out
Before
to-
you even go there, when he did the song and he featured what's her name?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. The same fans were saying we don't need that. The remix does not sound as good.
So because
do you know the long-term strategy?
Nigerian
Do
music,
you know how it works? Do you know who Selena Gomez is?
so now because Nigerian music is international, we have two types of hits now. Hits
Yes.
that will bang outside and hits that will bang in Nigeria.
And they're not the
They are
same.
two different things.
They are not the
sometimes.
same.
Bro, you can play Essence in a concert in Nigeria.
And people they will
move.
sing.
Play Ojo Elegba. That's wrong.
Do you understand?
Game over, man.
Or play Joa.
Oh,
Do you understand what's going on here?
not the
Like a
same.
lot of people last year they will argue that Essence was not a hit in Nigeria. I disagree, but I understand where they're coming from.
but bro, and again, this tribalism stuff, right? Yemi Alade is one of the biggest exports we have in this country.
Yeah.
People are not talking about Yemi Alade. Why isn't the tribalism thing work? Come on.
Do you understand?
Come on.
Do you understand that analogy?
No, but people can also say that it's because
She's
she's
half Igbo.
She's half
Her
Igbo.
name is Yemi Alade. There's nothing.
People-
In Nigeria, you take your father's tribe.
And
She's
she sings
Yoruba.
a lot in pidgin. Pidgin.
So,
And Melody, I just want the same people that had a problem when Ghanaians brought this thing up.
of Nigeria versus Ghana.
go.
Do you understand?
South
In
Africans
short, I
too.
even have the greatest
South
example.
Africans too.
I also have the greatest example. The biggest Nigerian song of all time. Forget the ASP and everything. Sweet Mother was not sung by a Lagos
Bro!
Yoruba person. It was sung by Prince Nico Mbaga from the East. Let us be
Classic.
careful with this kind of narrative that we are putting.
My question,
Bro, and funny enough, you will never see people now saying, oh, Nollywood during the home video era, it was Igbo people that dominated and they are blocking Yoruba people. Never happened.
do you
It
understand?
never happened.
Like-
Yoruba movie industry kept doing their Yoruba films,
They
JJ.
were doing it. It was substandard shit. We know it. We can say it.
Yeah, we're fine. Yoruba
can
movie
say
industry
it.
did not give you a glamour girls,
It was substandard shit.
but they'll move on. But don't come and now say the reason why.
Why did Yoruba people not go and say, oh, it's because we don't have Yoruba people don't have rich men in Nasaba. Are you dumb?
And to artists who also complain that Lagos market is tribalistic, go and promote a record in America. Now you will now know racism. They'll not give you the Martin Luther King racism. They'll give it to you like this.
Should we bring Naira Marley on this show and Zlatan and ask them how their experience about going to promote songs in the East? Should we ask them that?
Oh, it's not easy.
Should
fam.
we ask them that?
I agree, but I agree totally.
Bro, in
I
this country,
understand.
Zakiaza came with Hausa lyrics.
Hausa boy.
And blew the fuck up.
But when we're talking about blowing up and all of that in Lagos, because we know Lagos is the market or the century.
That, like I
No,
said,
why is Lagos the market?
Wait, you have not
is
allowed
the
me
way
to even
is
ask
the way the
question.
country has been constructed.
Let me ask the question.
Okay, Lan.
What I'm trying to say is that, but we can't change the fact that the songs that the artists that blow the most in Lagos and become more popular in Lagos, most of them are from.
But why is that?
Are Yoruba artists?
There are more Yoruba artists than.
There are
Why
more.
why is that?
Why? I think maybe because they. So for different reasons, right? Now, I think maybe it's because of the lyrics of their song maybe appeal to the people here, or they can relate to the lyrics of the song. The quality of the music, not necessarily the quality. I think it's being relatable to them. If you sing a song and the song has like maybe lingua that people
Why
in
are
Lagos,
American artists the biggest artists in the world?
that's the central of music.
Oh, really?
now.
So why is it the center?
Commercially
Because number one, it's a
viable.
potpourri of cultures.
Mhm.
That's one.
It's commercially
Number two,
viable.
Do you know how many people are in Lagos?
Number two, economically and the things that they can control.
That's what I'm saying. Say
The perception
commercially
of
viable.
America.
Yeah.
Lagos is that version of that thing in here.
That's what I just said. So why is
Lagos
it?
is
So
London.
the songs
Lagos
appeal.
is New York.
So my point is now. So the songs appeal to Lagosians because I'm trying to say now that I think that because of Lagos is the control unit of this music space. Let's not deny that.
That one is undeniable.
Undeniable. If the song relates to a Lagosian and Lagosians get on the wave of that song, the chances are other people will catch up to it.
Then do a song that Lagosians can
That's my
catch up
point.
to.
So that's not Yoruba tax
complaining.
somehow. Not
No.
Yoruba tax somehow.
No.
Yoruba tax goes to the fact that intentionally people
That
are
you go to
getting
a radio
blocked out.
station,
Okay.
and they won't play your song.
But
I'm not even arguing that there's tribalism.
exactly.
But I say the only reason that people don't they want me, the non-Yoruba people want me to see the fact that, so, for example, we're ranking like the top 10 songs of, the top 10 artists of the decade. And I remember people came up and said, why is Flavor not on this list?
the top one.
The top 10 Nigerian artists of
Flavor
the
is big
decade.
though.
10
Yeah.
to 19. He is. But so Flavor has a tendency to have consistent success, but never hit
It's
the
peak.
level in terms of songs that sweep. Do you
And
understand?
also yearly, in a year, you might not have.
And again, I think one of his biggest songs is one that he came out to Early First Ashawo remix.
Yes.
and
Ashawo
AOT, guess what? Ashawo Remix dropped in 2011.
That's what I'm saying. No?
Or was Ashawo Remix one of the top 10 Nigerian songs of 2011? No, it
People
wasn't.
are mistaking consistency for you just
Do
being.
you understand?
So that's what I'm trying to say. That the thing with Flavor now is that, of course, when he's in the general conversation, generally talking about great artists, we can of course mention his name. It's compulsory. But if you're trying to make like a yearly list, like okay, this year these artists have been the hottest.
Yeah.
How many of those years can we say Flavor has been the hottest in?
Igbo people would never.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But he's a great artist. But in a full year, we might not get one Flavor hit song.
Bro.
Do you understand? Or a popular song from Flavor. But we know he's fantastic.
And
He's still dropping
there's
songs.
this assumption that but back in the East he's been booked and busy, bro.
But that's not the commercial
Bro,
center
bro.
of music.
King
That's
Sunny
again.
Ade till next year is booked and busy. King Sunny Ade is not making any top 10 hot lists. In short, in Ikeja, he's not making any top 10 because you are booked and busy. Doesn't mean.
But that doesn't mean that artists that make songs that Yoruba people can relate to have higher chances of the song blowing up in Lagos
Melody.
places and also trickling down to other
Melody,
places.
when the music is good, nobody can stop it. Trust
Of
me.
course, definitely, I
When the
agree.
music is good and the right amount of marketing budget is behind it,
Yeah.
nobody can stop it. Still today, I don't understand the word that Fino is saying.
I never understood what that Fino,
I
but
don't
bro,
understand a fucking word.
I think people have to go back and do like a documentary on how Fino broke out.
Do you understand?
It's on, bro.
This nigga was not breaking out with pop. Like
Four
records that
con-
sound like rap
4
records.
consecutive rap records, no singing. The guy broke every fucking barrier.
Obagu. Hey.
People that was.
But
a
people
moment.
forget that one.
That was a moment.
They forget Timaya.
That's still here.
They're still here. He has a mansion in Lagos here.
Timaya is still here.
But that's what I say. I'm
They
not.
forget brackets.
What you guys are saying is the truth, but it's the ratio, it's the distance, it's the.
Melody. That's not anybody's fault.
That is not a bigger topic of how Nigeria is structured. It's
How the
Bro.
music industry is structured.
No, how Nigeria itself is structured. Because every business you are doing in Nigeria has to come from Lagos. Which should not be so. Every region should have its own commercial nerve center.
Yes.
But because lopsided this thing,
Thank you very much.
that's not our fault.
I was going to that cultural fact, and especially post civil
It's the
war,
same thing as
independence.
Media. How come 90% of the biggest media are
In Lagos.
in Lagos?
Like in America, for example, the center of rap sheets It shifts. So at some point it was the West, at some point it was the East, at some point Midwest niggas were popping. Now it's the South.
So at another conversation that someone was asking, someone spoke about Mavins and YBNL. This person
Why do
says,
they put Jazzy and Olamide together?
I don't want to have that conversation.
let me just read out what the person says. I should just know what he's saying specifically.
All these Baba Shop arguments.
He said,
I mean, it's good.
It's good.
Okay, we've addressed it before now.
Say it.
Mavin and YBNL are 10 this year. They are two of the biggest record labels in Africa. Which of them has more hits? Critically acclaimed projects,
doesn't matter.
cultural impact, and so on.
I'm not even saying this because I want to be PC. It doesn't matter.
Just clap for the two of them, man.
It don't like it's one of these situations
People
where
have even talked about
it
both
doesn't
of them
fucking
at
matter.
different
Two
points.
businessmen have their own strategies and they've worked. And
Do you
that's,
get?
that's
Yeah.
happening.
Like I can't begin to rack my brain about
Start
that.
thinking about that. I agree.
It's such a tough
And we've
conversation.
even talked about both record labels at some point. Things like
I mean, people have been trying to get me to talk about it on Facts Only for the longest time. It's not about being PC.
What's the point? What's the outcome of this?
It's unnecessary. The conversation that I've had before on this podcast was who has the most powerful cosign in this industry right now.
Olamide
versus Don Jazzy.
Olamide versus
Do you
Don
understand?
Jazzy.
That's the
Yes.
conversation. I can't
We
have-
had that one. We've had that one.
That's a very good. That's a very good.
That's a very good conversation.
We've had that one.
But-
Co-sign one.
But
Olamide
label,
and-
bro.
I think people are fascinated with this label thing.
I mean, both of them have had errors upon errors, and they have coexisted in errors.
You don't understand. It's
And they've clashed
ridiculous.
in eras.
Like when Fireboy came out, Rema came out.
Yep.
Irasta is popping. Ashake
Ashake.
is popping. Do you understand?
Give and go.
It's tough. So it's such an unnecessary conversation. I don't see the point.
I don't see the point either. I
I don't see the point because I mean you can then start breaking into the sum of the parts. Oh, it's Rema bigger. Oh, it's Fireboy bigger. Oh, Ashake is bigger than Irasta. Oh,
So Ashake big pass anybody. At this point, Ashake big pass Buhari.
Ashake moved 100,000 copies of his album
In
in America.
America. Your favorite rappers don't have 100.
Are you joking?
In America. See,
Ashake moved 100,000 copies.
I don't think what did Kodak Black's last album do? I don't think it reached 100K.
When I saw that shit, I lost my mind.
I heard it's quite big in America.
That's what I heard.
African Americans love
That's
it.
what I
Ashake?
heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard.
That's what I heard.
Before they heard it, they said, man, they were waiting for him. That Ashake is the real deal.
It needs to do. Okay, it's still on American tour. Abi?
No, it's back.
It's done now.
It's back.
It's in the country.
I think so. It's Lagos tour. Bruh. You have to do 2 days. It can't be 1 day. You know, he still has his UK tour that
Ashake has to do 3 days.
he has to do 3 days. Praise and worship time.
Which one?
It's
Lagos.
Ashake. If you are
It's just one day now.
hello,
No, we have to do
Ashake,
3
if you are
days.
if you are listening to this, I don't care about
Ashake,
you.
Mr. Money.
I don't care
Olawale,
about you.
Mr. Money.
I don't care about how you are feeling. If you have malaria, if you have hangover,
You know that
if
IV
you are
drink,
tired,
that yellow one. You go
Baba,
book you to have.
my brother, go and drink Coke.
But that Ashake's event days will be bloody. Ah, God.
Omo, I would try and go to just one.
There's only just one they've announced. So it's just
They know that, bro. What do
His
you
target audience is too large. That's a guy that if he continues in 4 years' time, he's going to
It'll be
rival-
ridiculous.
Go to
Everybody.
rival all your top
Everybody.
bad
It'll be
guys. man.
ridiculous.
Don't even forget these new boys that the ancient,
Forget, yeah.
the ancients.
Yeah.
All those vampires when all grey old, you go follow them drag.
No,
then
it's too
the
much.
way he walked, the press,
Nobody has ever come out like this. 100,000 copies of his album, not a single album.
Boom.
Just 2 months or 3 months.
when we're still having conversations of, are we still in an album era? Are we
Bro!
still in an album era? You came out and said, Rodney, what if I say era? I say, whatever I say,
You know what?
where we are.
Whatever
You know,
the era.
you know,
I say we
just
are
tweeted
in.
get ready or something today.
Niggas was this.
People like say,
secret.
Baba, you want drop. Black will say, which one you want to do again? Let us get some small strings before you kill us.
Man, if you drop like this,
It's over.
Ah!
Yeah, December's
Hot take. I think it's a deluxe.
probably. I'm going to have some
I think it's a
big
deluxe.
names on it.
I think it's a deluxe.
Now just kid the industry, find out. So,
Bro! Nail to the coffin.
Maybe people like Major Lazer and Mafia.
you know those streaming chat, all those streaming cheats, all those where they cheat.
They could converse. Drake. Streaming chat with the converse.
Apple Music for Nigeria go. Apple Music for
You
Nigeria
go break.
You go fall. Server down.
SOS. Mayday.
They go just call Apple for America. Give us a new server. This one is down, man.
Down. It's down and
Oh, God.
dying.
This wave is crazy though.
This wave is
The
good.
Ashake wave is mad.
Now that we're talking about, the Peter Obi conversation and, voting and what's going to happen when it comes to election season, don't forget it's a good time to remind you to ensure that you go out to cast your votes, have that conversations with your friends and family members. Please, it's not enough to have this conversation on Twitter. We need to go out, we need to vote, we need to get our voters card, we need to vote our conscience, vote the person that you think is right, vote the person that you think can make a change. Please, please, we need to vote. What do you guys think about the entire Bola Ahmed Tinubu thing?
The day Nigeria go to elect, I'm going to be in my house watching Netflix. I'll vote our Obama candidate, even though it's not an Obama candidate.
Is it an Obama candidate? Why
We'll vote him.
I mean, that's why I vote.
But I'm telling you people, especially Gen Z, the depression you people fall into. 72 hours when they release that result and announce who our next president is. You people cry tears.
hot tears?
See, because this thing you are dragging for, they don't.
Bro.
Hey, see, I don't think we should.
They don't.
What
do
if
your
it happens?
best. Do your best.
What if he wins?
The word that we're fighting right now.
If Peter Obi gets 3 million votes, I'll clap for him.
The thing that, if you break it down to some of the parts, like if you break it down, for example, Southwest is not winning.
Any of the states.
It's not winning.
Southwest is going to, who's going
Any
to.
of the states.
It's not winning any states.
And the way Nigerian elections are done is not, people can vote. Is who is the local power player there? How many votes can you give me? As long as I align with you, you are good. You are good.
And if you don't deliver,
But so many countries have been able to do that revolution thing in recent times.
Who is his deputy again? Who is his vice? No.
That's
Peter Obi.
I don't. I've forgotten that one.
What that's yeah.
Dantata or something like that.
No.
Nantatako.
No, not Dantata.
That's Yabi.
Yeah.
That's
Southeast, they're going to split the votes. Him and PDP will split the votes.
Yeah, it's PDP. Peter Obi's not even winning. They're already telling him already. His kids are already telling him.
They'll split the votes.
They're going to split the vote. They're going to
Southwest, South. They'll split the votes.
We can already even broken PDP's back there.
They will split the votes.
They'll split the votes
as well.
North.
The problem is,
don't forget the other guy.
2 states in North alone can clean out every Southeast, Southwest, South.
The Kardashians, KKK, Hasina Kanu. What's the last one? Kaduna. They have fly like this. KKK. The Kardashian sisters.
No. It's actually not the Kardashian sisters.
What?
It's the Targaryens.
The Targaryens. They come with their dragons. They'll They'll break every permutation.
But it's unlikely that it's going to win in any of those.
And don't forget, Kwakwaso is running too. Kwakwaso has split the northern votes.
Exactly.
Too. So where are my guys' votes from? Twitter is not a state.
Do you understand? Now, the best case scenario in this particular situation is, what's the percentage that you have to have? 50 something percent.
You need 25% of each state of 16 states or something like that. Some weird shit.
It's unlikely that we might have a rerun. That's what I'm looking
Yeah. Because I don't think Tinubu's going to get
going to have that.
Yeah. So Tinubu and Atiku will clear, but Obi will be left out in it.
I can't see someone having like 25% of every state.
I know people are hopeful, but me as a man, I looked at the map. You know that map that CNN does?
Yeah.
I don't look at and say, over this map.
But the good thing that we're doing is now I feel like we're
laying a foundation to something. We are going somewhere.
And that's why I'm not going to change who I'm going to vote for.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going to change it. I know who I'm voting
for. I want to watch Netflix, get one baddie by the side. So
you understand?
You go and vote, Sha.
I'll go and vote. How many hours is it to vote? Then continue. Then watch Netflix.
What digital?
It's digital something.
Digital.
It's not.
Anyways, I feel like.
But get ready, May.
A good number of countries have been able to do that revolution thing and vote for the people that they want and the people
This is a building.
This is a starting. People actually said that this message is just got votes or people on social media, but we can see that physically he's been able to garner a lot of people.
Forget it. Do you want to put your money on it?
Which one?
It's not even going to win Lagos. It's not going to win local government in Lagos.
It's not going to win one local government
in Lagos. One.
They say when Nigerian politics is done, bro.
FC Lomo came out and said, whether you people like it or not, Tinubu's going to be the next president. What is Sigbere? You know what they call Sigbere?
Like, do you get what we're saying here? Like, Nigerian politics is a different monster entirely to anything anybody has seen. Like, people that are going to vote for Tinubu,
Obi would have stood a chance. Obi would have stood a chance if you won the PDP ticket.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
If Obi had won the PDP ticket,
yes,
but PDP, Omo.
That would have been some revolution.
That's where it's coming. That's where Tinubu like,
that's the revolution.
If you had won the PDP tickets,
and
PDP fucked up by not giving it to him.
Yeah, they shall give it to him, but
fucked up.
They are talking like Atiku's dick, so whatever.
They fucked up by not giving it to him.
And
if they had given that shit to him, I think he would have been our next president.
Yeah, he would have been.
Given
easy. Everybody got
giving that PDP tickets.
Everybody got a line straight up.
Because Southeast alone is clearing out. South alone is clearing out.
You're not drag Southwest and North. Go.
Bro, especially if you're now choosing a very, very strong candidate for vice for him.
For North. Oh.
It's over.
Like what also? Game over.
You would have won.
Game over. You would have won easy.
You would have won easy.
Someone put out a video trying to shame Funke Akindele for dancing and says, when people started, okay, she put.
I know where you're going. They also shamed Adeleke, but let's leave the Adeleke right now.
They said the incoming deputy governor of Lagos State TikTok
That's actually a
since
very good
working,
point.
just catching cruise, governance in action. Now put rolling eyes.
So I have two angles to that. I don't.
Shout out to Funke. How can I say is that Funke knows she's not winning. I already know because there's some business moves she's making already.
Vibes
They already
on
left.
vibes like,
I have some. I've heard some this. Some
Value
business
on
moves she's
vibes
making
like,
in Nollywood. If she becomes deputy, she cannot do this. And that bag.
Oh, have you gone?
Oh, that bag na 2 hand. Na gym. Bing bing. Nah, so forget. It's just a nice game of let me boost my Wikipedia. She's doing. There's no.
You're not for office once.
Once. You who Jando. Johnny Tony.
Leko so
Leko. As I can say it's
you know what Shaka is voting for. You do
Please,
know.
please.
Do you
The
you
point
know,
I was
you know
trying
the
to make before you guys
blocks.
say your agenda is that.
No. So
Shout out to Badu and ST. That's all I'm saying. Ojueko.
Oh God, what's all this?
It's over. See, before I vote for Peter Obi, they don't announce results. Last live victory. Everybody go home.
on my way to say. But the truth is, people should not even do. The conversation is weird. I think that she has been under unnecessary scrutiny since they announced her as deputy governor.
When you enter that place, you'll be scrutinized.
One number two, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not because she's a woman.
It's not because she's a
also-
woman.
If a male actor was also selected to be like a deputy, it would have been scrutinized.
You go
as
collect
well.
them.
It's
Look
what it is.
at what's his man's name? That is in
Desmond
Lagos.
Elliot.
Desmond Elliot's not collect, man.
bro.
But you only start collecting when his video.
No.
They have been collecting
collecting
since the first time he went.
Since 2018, 19, it's
First
not
time.
collect.
Like-
Negative comments like this.
Yeah,
They will collect.
don't
the
remember.
trend steady.
Left to that guy, we don't ban Twitter. Close down. Throw away the key. Elon Musk, shut down this part. That's done.
Turn it off.
We don't need it.
Or they don't even need
They
it.
don't.
Let me tell you. So what about Funke Akindele? It's a two-part conversation. One, yes, it's unfair because they did it for what's his name,
Adeleke.
Senator Adeleke.
Yeah.
Now,
But it was criticized.
yeah, it was criticized.
He
and
was.
people dragged him down. Actually, that's true.
They criticized him a lot.
I mean, that's not now. Let's even say Adeleke was accepted. The question is, do you have to be a sacrificial lamb, or do you want to win an election and then?
Also, let's not
Question
forget that
changes.
Adeleke is running with a political dynasty.
Yeah,
Funke Akindele does
It's-
not have a
it's-
political
doesn't have the same
dynasty.
clout.
She has a Nollywood dynasty.
So you come in a country that's what a lot of people need to understand about this country. This country is heavily patriarchal. Do you understand?
Very.
You see, it's a case of, it's just like when they said Peter Obi's vice doesn't support LGBTQ. I'm like, for now, you people have to choose a struggle.
I remember when I was in Pulse, right?
Choose a struggle.
I remember when I was in Pulse, we went to go and do like, so I wanted to break down the key topics that will matter in the next election, 2019. And we put LGBTQ. You know even rank. You know the research. You go meet people say, so what do you think? Would you vote for a president based on his opinions on LGBTQ?
You say, huh?
Say LG. What's LG? You mean LG Electronics? See, a presidential candidate will come out and say, I don't give a fuck about the LGBT. And he'll win
It's
last night.
strong.
But should it be
Because
so?
it's not a reality. We know what
Shouldn't
we
be.
know where we're supposed to
Shouldn't
be
be
at.
because
we know
no,
where we're
no,
supposed
no.
to be at. And we
These
know where
people
we
are
are.
also human beings that are struggling to even stay alive
Mary,
in the
let me tell
country.
you
It's okay for them to
Do you
want
know
to
why
find
American? Do you know
someone
why
that
American
speaks
politicians
for
care
them.
about LGBTQ?
Why?
Because their voting power can kick them out of office.
Yep.
It's not because they care.
Yep.
You can say, look, in Nigeria, you can say, fuck the gay. Nothing, bro. What?
But it shouldn't
Literally,
be.
presidents are even telling people that are voting, fuck
Melody.
you. And they're winning.
Melody, there's a case of attractive realism and there's a case of egotistical realism. What you're doing is egotistical realism.
Did you see that clip on CNN? I think Amapa was asking one African leader that what do you feel about LGBTQ? The man said, I think it was Kenyan president. I don't say my country people don't care about LGBT. They care about food.
Do you understand?
Bro, there's famine in the land.
you
Flood
understand?
everywhere. Hunger is even catching LGBT people. Those ones, they don't care about us. Care about what I'm eating first. They will not get to where we are going.
Do you
No,
like?
I get you.
I
But
mean,
I'm
I
also
didn't get
saying
there in a day.
that for them to want to represent their own beliefs and ask about themselves, it's
Melody,
okay.
that person-
No, yes, no, they can say that too.
Melody, it's a personality driven thing, but it's also as regards at the base of it is the kind of person you are fucking.
And you have to know that
Melody, the difference in you is the kind of person you are fucking.
bro,
For like the LG. Do you understand?
America didn't get there. America
LGBT
didn't get
part
there
of
one
it.
day.
I
It took
agree.
Like-
decades. So everybody has his own journey.
And constant conversation.
Like
Yes.
the LGB is the and it's just and it relates to sex. Sex is like it's a secondary need. Hunger, survival.
First of all, shelter.
First of all,
Shelter.
when we get there, and it's unlikely for someone who is over 50 years old in Nigeria that's over 50-year-old.
To even understand what you people are saying.
Do you understand? So now if the person is progressive enough, when he gets to office, it can change. So it's fine if the guy goes and says, Sam.
I'm screenshotting this first.
Now that we're talking about, the Peter Obi conversation and, voting and what's going to happen when it comes to election season, don't forget it's a good time to remind you to ensure that you go out to cast your votes, have that conversations with your friends and family members. Please, it's not enough to have this conversation on Twitter. We need to go out, we need to vote, we need to get our voters card, we need to vote our conscience, vote the person that you think is right, vote the person that you think can make a change. Please, we need to vote. Anyways, so we can all agree to disagree. If they want to have those conversations, they should. And I also think that even if the conversation, this kind of conversation will be more important 15, 10, 20 years away from now, we need to start having them now. We can't start them now.
Yeah. No, fam.
The conversation doesn't start with politics. It starts the family unit, the smallest unit, and which is the most powerful unit in the society. You start with families, church, your place of religion, work. That's where it is. Not if you're waiting for politics, it's going to be a long time.
You can't expect that guy to be different. He's a traditional Nigerian man, most likely. Peter will be able to probably unlearn
your fathers.
Peter will be definitely able to unlearn his
even people that are
he would have had to unlearn it.
People that are even dragging that man. Your fathers that have been in the same age range with that man. Ask him about
LGBT.
Let's stop this.
The reproductive rights for a Nigerian woman alone.
It's even. Do you understand?
Now, we don't go fight that one finish.
Do you understand? But we can continue to have the conversation. But let's not be dishonest.
Let's just remember what's important. What's important first
to you.
There's family in the land. There's family in the land.
Melody, let me tell you something. If you don't get the right people there's no way to have the conversation. You can't expect Tinubu to be having conversation. See, it's like Democrats and Republican. Tinubu is a Republican in this conversation.
You
understand?
You know every Nigerian is a Republican. If you have to count
Tinubu is a Republican in this conversation.
Red one.
Peter Obi is a Democrat.
Red one.
Do you understand? In this particular situation.
And guess what? If Peter Obi becomes president and they bring this LGBT issue, like, they're not born away. Senate go kick him out. They're not born away.
What are you saying?
Burna Boy might just be on his way to bagging another Grammy Award.
He got nominated again.
Nominated for Best Global Music Performance.
What a shocker.
And Global Music Album.
What a shocker. I am so shocked.
Guys, and we're done.